Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. As always, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anyone else out there. We're ready to kick off another week with WWE RAW tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Stacked card, lots to get into, big matches, more Elimination Chamber qualifiers, and I'm sure more WrestleMania talk. But me and that pretty face going to take you through all the reaction to all the action. It's going to be a fun one, folks. So grab your snacks, grab your feel good, put a smile on your face, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and we are happy to kick off another wrestling week with everybody out there. We'll remind you, get in that chat, say hello, don't be shy, be a part of the family. Click all our links below, follow us everywhere. But thank you for joining us on this Monday. We got Monday in the books, Tuesday on the horizon, but before we get there, some WWE Raw tonight. Lots going on in WWE. It's cooking. Lots to talk about. I know the big story today is The Rock's going to lean into his heel. Well, yeah, we'll talk about it. Well,
no shit,
folks. Yeah, we got a lot to get into. It's going to be a fun one, like I said. But I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That's Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and I actually have another question that I want to ask you, and I want to ask the audience here, anybody in the chat, anybody that can hear the sound of our voice. With now allegedly, supposedly, Okada confirmed going to AEW, with him going there, Ospreay going there, now clearly Mercedes going there. How do you feel is Triple H losing the free agent wars, I guess? Like, because there's multiple different ways I feel like you can look at this.
I said it from day one. I mean, again, and I don't even think that internally, like a Triple H is feeling like, oh man, we're losing out. A big level of onus is going to be put on Tony Khan here to make something out of a lot. And I've said it forever. Tony Khan will pay more money than anybody. If he, and we already heard the negotiations break down between Sasha Banks and WWE. She wanted Charlotte Flair money. They weren't willing to make that dance. And again, it all depends from these stars' point of view of where do they want to go and what is the opportunity? Do they want to stand on a big stage? Do they want to be in sold out houses? Or do they want the biggest payday possible? It's completely up to them. Can they help turn an AEW around? God, we hope so. But ultimately, especially with some of the people that have been involved lately, money talks, and nobody has a bigger dump truck than Tony.
well, and that's really the ultimate tell is we're hoping that they can turn around AEW and change the narrative and really put it back on an uptick here.
Yeah, if it's just a series of matches of Okada versus Bryan, Okada versus fucking Lee Moriarty, Okada versus Moxley, great. It's not going to move the needle enough. Sasha alone, I don't think moves the needle. Now, your roster continues to flourish. We've talked a lot. AEW's got such an outstanding roster that we want more from Tony. The onus is on the booker. The onus is on the company. There was other talks about Camille, apparently, who was in talks with WWE, now going to AEW. These are all good moves for Tony Khan. But he's going to overvalue this talent. Chris Jericho is the highest paid person in AEW. That, to me, speaks volumes. WWE isn't going to give Jericho that money. And hell of a lot of other companies might not, but Tony Khan will. So, yeah, I think at the end of the day, these are big, big pickups. But what do you do with them? What do you do with them, Tony?
If he wants to spend the money on the talent, I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, as
not at all.
You can't blame anyone overspending for talent or anything like that. But it's how you use it, how you make it work. Can you really pull this off? And you maximize the way you utilize your roster
Yep.
versus just there are a lot of people there collecting big paychecks.
Yeah, and I mean,
WCW.
that was exactly what I was going to say. We've seen this work out before where we'll pay a lot of money to get you here. And then when shit goes sideways, we got a whole lot of people sitting at home not doing anything for the money they're making. And I think even it was reported with Jade, right? Like Jade was offered more money by Tony.
Mhm.
Tony upped, his offer twice. And she decided that the best platform for her brand, for what she wants to do is the WWE. Now she's in commercials. Like it all depends on what you want to do. And ultimately, there's two factors out, like one big factor outside the money. The other factor is freedom. And Tony Khan offers a lot of freedom. You don't have to work as much. You don't have to do house shows, and you can go back to Japan and do shows. You can go to Revolver and do shows. You can go to GCW and do shows. So you have that freedom opposed to signing into the monster that is the WWE. You're on their tip. You're running that up the chart.
But still, though, regardless of being on tips, pause. So Andy Reid, shout out. How about that D? Pause. You've got WWE to where you're, like you mentioned, you're Jade Cargill and you're in a Super Bowl commercial that most companies are paying millions and millions of dollars for.
Yep.
And AEW, you can make sure you can go to GCW and you can go to Wrestling Revolver and you can have a match or two here in New Japan rather than California. But it's big stage, adequate pay. I don't want to try. It's like they're not getting paid well enough.
They're getting paid well
versus overpaid smaller stage.
Yeah, and again, it all depends on what your aspirations are. And realistically, Nick, in my humble opinion, Osprey, I would love for him to have decided to go to the WWE to see what he could do with a marketing push behind him, with his charisma, his attitude. Great. But if you're sitting down and you're talking to Okada and you're like, yeah, you're probably going to be in some mid-card stuff. You're going to hang out with Shinsuke a little bit. And he's not going to be the face of the WWE at some point. That's also a factor. And that's what I think really pushed Mercedes Moné in the sense of there's 9 other women that are better than Sasha Banks in the company, maybe 10, maybe 12. And she had to go through that. And she'd rather be the high-paid, make bank, the face of the division. And that's what she'll get to be. But she wasn't going to be the face of the WWE's division.
And yeah, I guess you gave your honest opinion. I'll give my honest opinion of it comes down to, would you rather be overpaid to be the face of not the biggest, not the best, of being the face of a franchise that's not going to compete with the top franchise right now versus take a pay cut and be on a championship winning team? Well, I hate to keep kind of making comparables because we just watched the Super Bowl last night, but you see it with every type of sport of, would you rather take a pay cut and be on a championship winning team that's got a proven legacy that right now is moving their way, cooking, grooving, all of that, versus you're going to be the highest paid, but you're going to be on a team that's rebuilding, on a team that's trying to really prove their ground.
Yeah, and then that's it for me. Like, if I had to take a few less dollars, but I was going to wrestle in front of 40,000 people multiple times a year, not just once or twice, sign me up. I get that. Now, there is another aspect to this, which is, as a person, do you believe you can help turn the ship? Well, if I sign there, I'll make the division better. More people will watch. Things will improve.
I'm so halfway torn on this because, again, to go with the sports comparable, well, if you were that guy, then you would have already been that guy, and it wouldn't be a debate if you could turn it around. We would know you would turn it around. Instead, we've got to hope you can turn it around because allegedly the last place didn't give you the opportunity. I mean, now granted, Okada has proven he can be that guy, but that's that guy in Japan versus that guy in the US.
And again, I think Okada would have been a great asset. I think there was stuff they could have done with Sasha Banks, though I don't think she's as good as some people do. And Ospreay is a star. I think he's going to burn things down. You have a lot of potential, especially going back to Wembley with him potentially main eventing. I am all for that. But like I said, I mean, these are great signings. As a wrestling fan, as as a channel that watches all the wrestling, we're here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't want Wednesdays to suck. I don't want Tuesdays to suck. I am all for, hey, I get to tune in on Wednesday and I might get to see Osprey, Okada, Banks, this one, that one, and who knows what we're going to get. But this will, Mr. Booker of the Year. Yeah, it was easy to be Booker of the Year when nobody expected anything of you and you were throwing Kenny Omega out there against whoever. And yeah, oh, well, you look like a genius. Now you got all this talent. How are you going to fit them all in, Tony? How many people are you willing to push off your shows to make time for your new signees? If you're going to spend this money, make this investment, how are you going to turn it into profit? How are you going to turn it into asses in seats? How are you going to turn it into ratings? That's what I want to know.
But again, on the counter side of that, we've got Monday Night Raw tonight, of do they need guys like that when they've got what they've got already, and they're turning it into, like you said, asses in seats, ticket revenue, box office draw, social media clicks, social media interaction, everything, to where this card is stacked to where the only complaint people have is, well, some of these guys are supposed to be SmackDown guys, not Raw guys.
Oh my God. And there's other stuff like, we'll get into it. But going back to your sports analogy, it was like when the Yankees were just dummying the league for year after year after year. But then you'd hear reports of so-and-so didn't sign with the Yankees, or, oh, the Yankees missed out. And they were like, we're set 1-9. We're good, guys. Like, yeah, we could have picked him, so-and-so up and then, bolstered our roster, but we're pretty good right now. And that's what I think the WWE, like, I love the fans and some of the sports writers out there, that want to run the narrative of, like, WWE losing out. No, they pretty fucking, we got to figure out how to get them all in. We still got wrestlers that we want to see more of on this show because there's so much talent. So, yeah, I mean, the narrative is a little interesting for me, but at the end of the day, again, I think WWE has a system, a structure, a budget. And if you're Mercedes Moné and you want to get paid more than Charlotte Flair, go call TK. He'll give that money to you lickety split.
Yeah, well, WWE is a franchise that's in a position of, we don't need to overspend for free agents that we don't need. Right now, big name free agents are a luxury versus a need.
Yeah, and we want you to want to be here. We're not going to beg you to be here. We are the pinnacle. And if you want to make it, you come to us. And if you want to get in here, great. This is what we're willing to do. And if you don't like our terms, well, again, there's a market down the hallway that will pay you a buttload just to do 4, 5, 6, 7 appearances a year.
And again, though, that's not to be without said that you can take that, you can deny that offer and still make your name even bigger than what they were going to offer you, a la Trinity, a la Matt Cardona, Swerve, etc. But the odds are not in your favor, Katniss Everdeen. You got more chances to be top dollar, this, that, and the third than you do to be a Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, and we've seen time and time again, like, there's wrestlers that we were super excited about that were heading to AEW. Oh my God, John Moxley's going to be in AEW. 2 years later, we're like, oh my God, get fucking John Moxley off my TV. Like, there's been talent that went there. A Ruby Soho, oh my God, they got Ruby. Man, she didn't go anywhere. Oh, they got Soraya. Man, that didn't work out. So how many swings and misses? And that also brings up the question is, if you become a free agent and TK is knocking on your door, how concerned are you of, like, all right, great, you're going to pay me all this money, but are people going to be sick and tired of me or forget who I am in a couple years?
But that's, though, again, going, I guess, sidetrack here of, well, Boston brings up the Grizzly Young Vets are about to make a huge name for themselves. If TNA hadn't fired Scott D'Amore, then I think that was very much a viable second or third option for a lot of these talents, a la Nick Nemeth even going there.
Yeah, and the TNA thing's interesting because I heard a lot of it. There was an internal battle happening about budget where Anthem wanted to cut the budget down, and then there's Scotty D'Amore. Not only was said, if you're not going to give me a budget to sign all these people, then give me the company, let me buy the company. And they said, nah, get out of here. But that was a big part of it, was TNA was getting in a position. They made a big offer to Osprey, 6 figures. They bring in Dolph, they bring in Ali, they got names. And yeah, now we're not sure what's going to happen with TNA. And I know some people are saying, give this new guy a chance. On paper, it don't look good.
I've heard the outside theory that they moved Scott out so Anthem can eventually be acquired by WWE.
Possible.
Because that's again, like you were saying, of Scott wanted to open the budget, wanted to really be more of a partner, if anything, versus a subsidiary. And it's looking more and more like TNA might be another feeder system, a subsidiary of WWE.
Let's go. That's I know it's going to upset a lot of people. But
Anthony Earmuffs.
What?
I said Anthony Earmuffs.
There you go. But let's say hello to the people. Damien, welcome back. The leader of the Hopium tribe. Looking forward to some things. EQ with all the popcorn. AI Comics, Owl Comics, whatever that says. James and Casey's back with us. Good to see you. Good evening, Dale the OG. Happy to see you, my friend. Boston Gamer, was up. Richard Martinez is with us. Christian with a novel. We'll get back to that. AJ, as always, it's a pleasure. AJ, TJ, nice to see you. Welcome. Brandon is in the house. Juan's back with us. Love to see it tonight. A lot of Keyshawn, hoping for Jeff Jarrett sightings. Not happening. Cool Gamer, how you doing? Alexis back in the house, a former predictions champion. Welcome. And Richard Jr. with his usual craziness. So John's back with us. Sean's with us. Hello. Good evening.
What up? But yeah, it's, well, even tonight with Monday Night Raw, we've got a stack card of, we're getting a lot of the qualifying matches for the Elimination Chambers, both Elimination Chambers, when it comes to Perth.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Oh, that was yeah, no, I completely agree with you there. Welcome back, Nick Bray. But yeah, no, here's the thing, and wrestling fans in 2024 blow my mind of like the weirdest shit. Like I remember being a kid, and if like the IC champion got included in a tournament or in a King of the Ring, I didn't complain of like, why is a champion, he's got a belt? Why? Like people were complaining about Logan Paul being included in this, even though they explained it on TV. People were complaining about Raw versus SmackDown, but they explained that on TV. I don't understand this knee-jerk reaction to bitch about everything they do. Like, they explained it. Both shows, roster members from both shows are going to get a chance to be in the chamber. Enjoy!
Again, welcome to especially 2024 of bitch about everything. We've had all elite wrestling. Now we've got bitch about everything.
Like, just crazy to me. Like, I get it. And you and I, like, our job is to critique what's happening. So I, like, sometimes where me and you were like, oh, this is pretty cool, blah, blah, blah. Then we get off the show and I'm like, oh, fuck, people are unhappy about this. What did I miss? Like, I feel like I'm like missing the boat on some of this, but it's just the funniest shit. Like, you can't, like, again, you just have to understand, like, not every decision, like, who cares? What if their plan is Logan Paul's in the Elimination Chamber, or maybe he's actually in it? Who cares? If he doesn't have an opponent, I don't give a shit. But what if they're using that to set up the Mania match? I don't know yet, but instantly my knee jerk isn't to complain.
Well, and I still, on one aspect of it is that whether you're for it, against it, what have you, you're interacting with it, you're talking about it, you're discussing it, and you just, WWE is just, we're in the money. So the fact that WWE and pro wrestling is discussed enough and that it's on the tip of everybody's tongue here, to me, you can have being mad, stay being mad. I enjoy you being mad. You're wrong, but stay being mad.
Right? But I've never seen, like you said, like the diehard of the diehard wrestling fans hate wrestling. And I'm like, but why?
That's a common thing with pro wrestling is hate watching.
You're like, oh fuck, I hate this band. I can't wait till they come back to town so I can go to their show
Right, I
and
can't
shit
wait
on
to
it.
go up into their show and just sit there, arms crossed. You'll never get $1 out of me as you pay $100 plus, etc. for a ticket.
It blows my mind. It really does, my friend. But yeah, I mean, we are rolling along, folks. I will remind everybody, if you're just getting here, get in that chat, say hello, be a part of the family, be a part of the fun. We are the Wrestling Utopia, and all opinions are welcome. Keep the gloves above the waist at all times, and we're good to go. But yeah, we are looking forward to this one. Lots happening. A lot of these qualifiers I'm intrigued by. Liv Morgan on a revenge tour, trying to make it to a elimination chamber.
Is that a thing now? Elimination chamber.
It became a thing.
Oh,
The Liv faithful are ready to go.
Who out of the couple between Bo Dallas and Liv Morgan has the more insufferable like catchphrase there of Bo leave or
come on
elimination chamber?
Like, I love Bo leave.
Like, why?
I love Bo leave. Don't lump him in there.
That you can't say Bo leave was a good thing.
It was a good thing. I wish they would have done more of it. I believe it was so fucking good, man. Come on now. Come on.
I believe sounds like you got hit in the head with a brick.
But he's Bo Dallas. It was wonderful. And his kind of like goofy arrogance and that fucking like motivational speaker approach. I thought it was great, man. Come on.
I wasn't knocking the gimmick. I was knocking the catchphrase.
The catchphrase is wicked. Crazy.
One's out there saying B team was better. B team, go, go, go.
Yeah. Fair enough. The signing rumors are more entertaining than the product. Yeah, and I mean, again, we don't know till people actually cross the line and show up. And at the end of the day, I mean, it feels like real sport. I mean, we're talking about who's going where, who's signing, who's the next big free agent on the docket. That's a cool thing. That's a newer thing. Back in the day, people just showed up places. We were like, oh shit, they don't work at the other place anymore.
Sometimes they showed up at two different places on the same night.
Exactly. Right. But, so yeah, go.
No, I was going to just say my question was some of this, and I think it's fantastic of now we've gotten an actual free agency period of pro wrestling. But if you're a top guy, especially a top guy, signing with AEW right now, who are you going to wrestle? Who? Samoa Joe? Hangman Page? Swerve Strickland? And then?
And shout out to my brother, Samoa Joe. I love that guy. We were sitting here debating the Super Bowl halftime show yesterday, and I was very much of like, this is killing it. People are going to be out making babies. There's Joe. Like, tell me your old lady didn't give you the look. I was like, yeah, all right, buddy.
There
Joe was feeling it. Joe knew what was up. Good evening, Eric. Baby Man Gaming in the house. Pissed off Canuck back at you. How you doing? How you doing? Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Get in there. I see almost 65 people, so I'm expecting to see about 65 likes. Hit on that button.
Absolutely. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. What?
There you go. Don't be a jabroni. Super kick that like button and subscribe. Let's go.
Well, so as we've got like 5 minutes before we go into Monday Night Raw, do we want to talk about last night at all?
Sure. What do you want to talk about?
Well, how do you feel about Kelsey there screaming in Andy Reid's face here? I guess I've seen a lot of people that are like, can you imagine he did that? It's a competition. It's for the fucking Super Bowl.
Nah, I mean, I played team sports growing up there. I've seen a lot of in dressing room meltdowns I've had as a coach and as a player. I've been yelled at and done some yelling. It's heat of the moment and you're jazzed and something goes wrong and you give a shit. Again, if he had fucking picked him up and body slammed him, we might have a different discussion. But heat of the moment, do you think anybody cares about that within KC's locker room right now? No, he was fired up. Andy being Andy was like, all right, go sit down. We're going to win. Fuck off. And that's what happened.
Yeah, nothing to that moment, like nothing with that seemed out of line. And I think it's more of because, by the way, side note, did you see the Nickelodeon simulcast to where Travis Kelce was just Taylor Swift's boyfriend, good at football, out there with a little fucking cowboy hat on?
Oh, that's adorable.
But yeah, so no one was. If you have ever played any competitive sport or anything and have been in any competitive situation, no one was bothered by that.
No, not at all. Like again, why does anybody who wasn't on the field have an issue? Like, too many people have an issue.
I saw people. He was screaming at an elderly young man. He's going after his coach. Imagine. I saw some people that were like, imagine what Taylor's got to deal with. I was like, Taylor's not out there putting on pads.
Give it next year, my guy. But yeah, no, that's nonsensical. If you've ever been in a team sport, shit happens. And again, I think Andy handled himself really well. Andy wasn't worried. Just all right, you good now? All right, now we're gonna throw the ball to you.
Now, though, to me, and I know you were pulling for the 49ers throughout that game, when you had them on the rope-a-dopes, and we've seen that at times with Kansas City when they've been there and they've thrown their helmets, they've thrown temper tantrums, they've thrown fits. That's when you had them. And to me, San Francisco couldn't capitalize on that. They had them defensively, and then they never became that threat offensively once their defense waned.
They had their foot on the gas, but they never put the gas to the floor. They were cruising along. They were in cruise control. They were doing well, but there was a time in that game where they had to put their foot down offensively and stake a claim. And that, I mean, again, even in overtime, they settle for 3 instead of getting the touchdown, and ultimately it cost them.
And by the way, I find it funny that because at least I, who's a football fan, even during that, still was confused by the overtime rules, because that's what I think the second Super Bowl that's ever gone to overtime. Yep. So,
and the first time under the
San Francisco was thrown off by, and now with the new rules and everything, everybody was like, you saw Nicole Hardman, who scored the touchdown. He's like, I don't know if I just won the game or not.
Did we win? Did we win? Yeah, it was pretty good. Nick saying, but yeah, we're about 1 minute away as I see the countdown. But Kelsey wanted to stay in the game, and he was the heat of the moment, pissed. He wasn't in at the moment, and he loves Andy Reid. Again, Andy Reid's not upset. People stop. Listen, if you can hear my voice right now, stop getting upset on behalf of people, especially people who aren't upset. That is the biggest problem in the fucking world.
Yeah, I'm going to just say this. So many people can't act like adults in confrontational situations that when they see other people in confrontational situations act like adults, they get upset because they don't understand how that works.
Yeah. 80% of your country would have been in therapy the next day if someone yelled at them and like that. And mine, let's be fair.
Yours is soft. Ours would have been a jail cell, not therapy.
Yeah, maybe. Kelsey belongs in the WWE one day. I think that's a match made in heaven for sure. Even with the OT rules. All right, folks, we're gonna shift gears because I really don't care about the Super Bowl anymore. It's over. We'll talk about it next season.
And straight on to hockey again.
The WWE is about to start, at least on my television, I believe.
I am
actually that's funny. I got a repeat of the Super Bowl coming on.
There you go. But I have then right now.
I have together
now. I'll let you know when I get there.
All right.
I got forever. Now I got together, so we should be synced up, hopefully.
There you go. Live from the Rupp Arena, ladies and gentlemen. Raw is kicking off. Make sure you hit like. Just a reminder, if you're going to watch us, give us some love. Massage that algorithm so more people can join in. But it's going to be a fun one here tonight. Lots scheduled. Lots going on. And we're opening the show with Cody Rhodes is in the building.
Now, this is going to be interesting because this will be his first kind of statement post. What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
Post slap.
Yeah.
What do you think about all the rumors about somehow, some way, at some point we are getting a tag match?
No, because you just poo-poo on whoever wins the chamber. You poo-poo on the world championship match. Like, when the fuck are we going to do this? I'm more of people aren't surprised that, somehow we clearly saw paper beats rock incarnate here. But, yeah.
We are kicking off with the 6-man tag. Wasted
I would have
no
thought this would
time.
have been main event.
We'll see. Not opening with a segment, not opening with a promo. That's nice and new.
So is this the Uso Day, the New Day plus Jey Uso? Is this the
Yes.
Yeet Day? Which is this?
The Yeet Day. New Day opening. Okay. Definitely the man's not happy at all.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be Jey Uso with the New Day taking on Imperium, which I'm okay with. I'm not the biggest fan of New Day. Imperium lately have brought a little more zip out of them. And Jey going after Gunther, something I've
would you have felt different if this was WWE Universe? Don't you dare be sour instead of Jey Uso out there.
I guess.
If Big E got versus Gunther, does it maybe get you at least a little more excited for this match?
No, I'm really excited about Jey Uso and what they're setting up.
I'm not taking away from Jey.
Yeah, I don't need Big E. I'd rather have Jey Uso. I'm good.
I'm good with Jey Uso versus Gunther. Just I'm saying if we got the New Day, might as well have Big E. Might as well complete the set instead of have half the set.
Yeah, but you asked me if I'd be more excited. My answer is no, I would not be more excited.
Fair enough.
I answered what was asked.
I said fair enough. Fair enough. You don't got to yell at me like Travis Kelce.
Trips can't wrestle. The tag match is. I didn't expect Trips to be in it. People were talking about Seth Rollins and Cody against Roman and the Raw.
Yeah.
Bobby and Bronson. That's two big beefy boys.
Yeah. Speaking of Big E, we got the big beefy boys slapping me here later on tonight. Pause.
Ivar going to take an L to LA Knight.
Yeah, you got your guy, Ivar. Is he going to win the chamber there, KJ?
Right, get him in there. Get him in there. I want to see him do a dive from the top of the chamber.
Do a moonsault off a pod.
Liv taking on Zoey Starks. 6-man tag opens. We'll see what that means.
Now, does she come out with the anklet bracelet on?
I didn't know this was happening.
Oh, wow. Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
And digging the graphics.
That'll be your main event. That'll be your main event then.
Yeah.
Drew will get involved.
Yeah. I think they mean Rock and Roman versus Seth. And there you go. Keyshawn's on it. Let's go.
Right.
Yes, Triple H has a pacemaker from what I understand. And that does not do well when you get dropped on your back and chest a lot.
Yeah, you're not meant to take back body drops and rock bottoms and spears and everything with that shit.
Right, unless they've fastened it to his rib cage, but I don't think that's how they do it.
The man's got a rumble cage on that shit.
But here comes
Imperium ATV version,
right? So we're getting
Imperium coming out. Sorry,
no, I was just reading this. So we're getting a main segment tonight, like a Mania segment tonight, like Cody will
like a main event because. They have main events quite often, just not that show, but yeah.
I thought Imperium versus the New Day and Jey would main event. Yeah, but not if you got, again, you got options here. And I'm okay with Seth and Nakamura, not Seth, Sammy and Nakamura being the main event for sure.
Absolutely. But I start with that because you didn't announce it or anything like that. Start with it.
We know this one's coming. So you get into the show and then you tell us up tonight we're getting that. I'm in. I don't know why you would open with that. That's a more important story than your IC title. No offense, but yeah, let's go.
No.
You just said it. You tie it back into Drew. You tie it what's happening with the chamber. You tie it into what's happening at the top.
Yeah, you can still do that and still have that carry on throughout the show.
That's your main event. Those are your main event guys.
You're telling me Gunther's not a main event guy? Jey Uso's not a main event guy?
It's in his name, apparently, but your main event guys right now, as far as booking goes, I would make it the main event, and they have. So I'm okay with that. And why not start the show with some heat?
I think you're telling me so then to counter your argument. So if you started with Shinsuke and Nakamura, and
I don't know what they're going to do.
With some heat?
Maybe not. End it. You got to end the night big. I'm going with it. I'm okay with it. I don't give a fuck how you flip it. Both matches can go. Again, kind of another example of no matter what we get, people are like, oh, why'd they do that? I think it works.
Well, they're both good. To me, it's at least both good versus you get some other shows and they start off really good and then they just taper off.
Yeah, but I don't think there's going to taper off with what they just
No.
listed out.
I'm agreeing with you on that. Of literally, we're arguing two sides of the same coin.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Jay, yeah, we will take a prediction. If you are new here, we take a prediction on every single match, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So stick around to the end. And once again, make sure you hit that like button, be a part of the fun, folks. But
New
yeah,
Day
I have
is
no
taking
idea.
off here right now. What?
Becky Lynch live tonight.
Yeah,
New Day Jey Uso for the win. Yeet. Who's the third man? It's Jey Uso. It's right on the screen, guys.
It's Yeet Day.
Right, it's the Yeet Day. Dun dun dun. Jey Uso, and the New Day for the win. I think so. I'll go Jay in the New Day.
I'll take Imperium.
Big pop for Jay coming in.
I think you're going to get a lot of this big baby face reaction and everything initially, and we're going to cut it down, and that's how we're going to end. You're going to start it off on a sour note.
No, I think if I was booking, I would find a way for Jay to steal a win here, just to piss off Gunther as his newest challenger. I think it's a nice way to kind of set the tone.
That's not wrong.
Gunther will get him back. Oh!
Speaking of that, we've got Gunther and Jay about to square off right now in the ring here.
Right, run.
The new Jay. Oh, that's good.
All right. It's the new Jay.
Yes, it is.
And Gunther tagging out, distraction, and here we go.
That's us when we take a pause. We just sparked a new Jay.
Yes, it is. And listen, the New Day has been stale as shit. And again, I give Imperium credit. The little battle rivalry they've had the last little bit has given me a little more love for the New Day. But Big E, even when Big E comes back, I kind of wanted him to stay as singles and not in the group.
Yeah, I can see. Well, I think the biggest issue going against the New Day is just longevity. Of they've been there for so long and they haven't really had a huge time away, or like they've been there so long and they've reached a plateau and they've just stayed in that plateau, and you see no way off that plateau.
Oh, Jey Uso as a singles wrestler is not a main eventer. He's proven nothing as a singles. Thank you, Smile Mark.
Fuck you, Smile Mark. But I think Jay has very much the strong potential. It's so funny because we've been back and forth on this whole thing on if Jay's really that guy or if he's just kind of that upper mid-card guy.
He's a guy with a big fan following. The building becomes alive when he comes out, and he's working his way up. I think he's doing a really good job. I think he's going to win this IC title at some point, and I think it's great for him. Him as Intercontinental Champion will be really entertaining, I believe, because there's a lot of good matchups. And the more you put Jay in the ring, don't forget, Jay can wrestle. Jay won't have a problem putting on a show.
But so you think, though, that that's his ceiling?
No, I don't know. I mean, could he be the world heavyweight champion? Could. I mean, I wouldn't. If done right, why not? People want him to be Roman.
I realistically, you could almost see it, especially with the circumstances that lay before us here, with Punk injured, with Seth injured. You could see a pathway to where we could get Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns, title versus title, bloodline versus bloodline. Screw your Rock Roman. Give me Roman versus Jay.
I was like, dude, is there not enough?
Hashtag we want Jay.
Is there not enough of a logjam up there? You want to throw Jay into the mix? I think people would want LA Knight, Randy Orton. And
the typical American response. If it's already jammed, well, if I just throw something else out there, it'll unjam it, right?
Just shove some more shit in here. We'll get it in.
More shit in there. It'll fucking fix it.
Go yeet yourself.
Right.
I like it. I have no idea what's up. Kofi decided to start wearing boxers. That's a new and exciting thing for the New Day, I suppose. New Day is forever. Forever.
No, the only thing that's forever, because over here we're for life.
1979 house show. All right, I need context to that comment.
I was gonna say I was a twinkle in my daddy's eye, probably.
Yeah,
around
me
then,
too, man.
so.
I wasn't even here in the 79.
Right.
Sup, Jacob? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I missed the 70s. I didn't. I'm sorry. Who's missing the what chant? Oh, Nick.
What? Right. I like how anytime there's any discussion about the what chant, you just send it to me instantly.
I
People
do
are,
instantly.
yeah, the what chant's annoying. What?
Yeah.
What?
Every time someone brings up the what chant, I'm like, hey, Nick.
Right. Hey, someone's coming at you.
Right. Pretty much same old with the Yeet Man. The old day with the Yeet Man. Yeah. Again, you know what? It's Kofi can wrestle. Woods can wrestle. It's just been a decade plus of the same music, the same shit, the same look, the same vibe. I mean, Kofi changed his shorts. Great.
Sidebar question: out of those two right now, who, if you had to, Biggie, count him out? Don't even think about it. He's not there actively. Out of Xavier and Kofi, who are you pushing as a single star? If you had to do it, you one's
Oh,
going to take
sorry.
a backseat.
Big E and who?
Xavier
Or
and
Kofi
Kofi.
and Woods. Oh,
Yeah.
I felt like a long time. Like, remember, Kofi's considerably older, right? Like, you know, he's up in his 40s. I think Woods could be a really annoying heel as a singles, like really fucking around that mid card, you know, go after a mid card title. But I think he's got the potential to be a really good, annoying heel.
Well, he worked really well as King Xavier and all of that. So 100% to me,
Right?
if we're gonna start whittling down the New Day,
Oh
and
wow.
one person's becoming the focus, it's got to be Xavier for me.
Yeah, and then you see shit like that, like what they just did, the in and out, the blind tag. I mean, it's butter. Like, I can't fault what they do.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like people with us. If we do it enough, you can't fault what they do.
Has any current tag team in WWE been together as long as the New Day? No.
Right, what I was saying right there. That's why it is so silky smooth, is because they're the most established, probably next to the Usos.
Yep.
And if there's a guy on the roster, Jay and Jimmy are going to be the next closest bet that they have any sort of rapport with, that they have that history with, that they can go back and forth with and run smooth with.
New Day. Yeah, you're right. Big double leg drop by Kofi.
Big E is Beyonce, Kofi is Kelly, Woods is Michelle. No.
Yeah.
No, Woods is Kelly.
No way.
Fuck. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, this is a former world champion, my guy.
True. I almost, took myself out here celebrating Kofi Mania here. So.
Yeah, you love Kofi Mania. Get back in there.
Right. Yeah, I was I almost went into a door frame.
But big kick. Vinci, the legal man now. I think Jay can be the guy. He may not be GOAT status, but I think he could can go with anybody and can have some good runs in the mid-card belt and a few small runs with the WWE world title. I think, like, especially with the two brands, if he was the champion on Raw, I don't see an issue with that at all. Because you put him in there with anyone like if he's in there with a Finn or a Damian or Drew, Sammy, they're gonna have a match, my guy.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and as now Gunther's just laying waste to Kofi here, do we expect, because we've seen such a long reign with Roman, that we expect the world heavyweight title is going to have constantly long reigns, when it could hotshot, it could bounce around through a few people here?
Yeah, I think they need to. We've had a lot of long title runs. The IC title's been long held. The US title's bounced around a little more than other belts, but a lot of the
IC's been long.
Yeah, like there's been long reigns. I think there will be kind of a correction the other way at some point. Little hot potato.
I could see Instantly, Drew, Gunther, Sammy, Jay are your quick short list for guys on Monday Night Raw who could have at least a brief world title reign.
Yep. You're not wrong. Big chop. Gunther taking out Jay. I like it. Who wins a single title first, Solo or Jey Uso?
Jay.
If you would have asked Jimmy, that's a harder debate.
No, I would still say Jay.
Oh no, I meant Jimmy or
what
Sulo.
title would you put Jimmy at?
Jimmy or Solo?
Oh, okay, I see what you did.
Right?
Sorry.
Oh! What's with the Samoans running around slapping everybody?
What are the 5 fingers saying in the face? Samoa!
As we go to our first commercial break,
Jey
Uso uses a clap upside the head to break up a Boston Crab.
Right.
Probably not the first time that a slap across the face is dealt with a Boston Crab.
As someone from New England, yep.
Facts. Let's go. How many 5-star matches? Oh, get the fuck out of here.
We're not Meltzer and we don't pretend to be.
Yeah.
Boston Meltzer pretends to be as an adult.
Right, no kidding. But Boston thinks Jay's the top guy and a believable world champ. I agree. Like, he would be able
No, you didn't. That's literally the whole reason we have this
right now.
You didn't
Would
agree.
he be a top guy? Yes. Is he currently at the top of the chart? No.
No. Now you're switching arguments.
You want to end the road trip before he gets to his destination.
I'm not saying he's current. Like, I'm saying he could be the guy. The discussion was
he could
be a guy.
He could
versus
be.
You said his ceiling was about.
No, I never said that. Not once. Go back, roll the tape. I never
roll that beautiful bean footage there.
Roll the footage. Woods was king of the ring. Yeah, that was all for naught. King of the ring used to matter. Now it doesn't, and that was.
Now they made it another trophy for Roman to sit there and wear, to where you can get the whole gif of he's getting anointed with the Koopa crown there.
Kofi is annoying, low-key annoying, but he's cool.
How is Kofi annoying of all the people?
Right. No storylines tonight, just matches. Were you watching?
Right. What?
We opened the night with storyline.
Literally, if there is a show that has storyline, they sold you on a whole Thursday show of just storyline, no matches.
Right. Yeet has been hot since August. Hot for a long time. There you go. Back at SummerSlam. It's true. Is that was when Cody and him won the tag titles, right?
Yeah, and they showed up hammered.
Tipsy.
Mm-hmm.
Tipsy. I know. I mean, currently, Bacon Club for life. Let's go.
For life.
KJ and Nick, I would have Cody lose to Roman and challenge and beat Dwayne. But
what? For what? For top
bragging
Hollywood blockbuster? Like what? What's he challenging him for?
I still think Cody's going to lose. I'm waiting for the tears of all the people who watch Cody lose again.
Just remember, though, when y'all are out there with your Cody crybaby merch and everything, which that's coming allegedly, and you're weeping, and you've got tears, and you can't see how to get out of the arena because you're crying so much. You asked for this. You wanted this to happen. This didn't have to happen. You chose this.
Fact. Do you feel like they feel internal pressure to give Cody the win at Mania? Do they think
no?
Do you think they're sitting like at the board table or the creative meeting going, man, if Cody loses, people are going to freak the fuck out. And they're going to go, God!
I think, honestly, I know there's been a lot of people of, this wasn't the plan. This wasn't that. We never are going to know what the initial plan was. So just accept that.
No.
I like this corner cam shot, by the way.
Yes. And the yeets are loud. There you go. That's what makes a top guy. You got the whole crowd going. You got to get some points for that. Yeet. Yeet on every move. Stare down with Gunther.
Yes, who do you feel is more a top guy, Jey Uso or LA Knight?
They neck and neck, my guy. They in the
I was
same.
just saying, guys that are going off of crowd reaction, guys that are going off of catchphrases.
I feel like LA's cooled off a little and Jay is heating up a little.
Jay's had more room to grow. He's not in, the Shark Tank that is SmackDown right now of Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Roman Reigns, etc. versus Monday Night Raw. You've got Seth, Drew, and then what?
What do you mean? Like who else? I'm
just saying. To me, there's a less of a logjam on Monday Night Raw than there is on SmackDown.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, again, I think you're top because then you get into like Sammy, you get into the Judgment Day. Yeah, that's an interesting point. It's hard to refute that. No, you stop that.
What is Jimmy Uso?
Right.
Are we playing Pictionary or stationary? I don't know.
Enziguri to the back of Gunther's head. Big old palm full of spit.
The spit smack says Pat McAfee, and try and say that 5 times fast.
Right. There was a weird kind of pause moment. Everyone just kind of stopped for a second. Even the audience was like, what's happening?
Why? Crossbody by Jay for a 1, 2 go.
Yeah. I like this comment from Boston. When Eric comes back from injury, I hope Trips brings back the War Raiders and gives them a Road Warriors vibe without the shoulder pads. LOL. They'll have shields instead. Just the attitude. It's similar to the War Machine. Trips clearly likes the War Raiders. He signed the War Raiders to NXT. He used them like the War Raiders in NXT. And Ivar's getting a lot of love from Triple H. I have no doubt if Eric gets back to 100% and joins us, they will go back to being a actually formidable tag team.
That's the only issue with them is either they work all the way or they work none of the way. You either have all the pieces or you, to me, the collection of some pieces don't work.
Yeah. Becky Lynch, a goat. Becky Lynch is getting up there in GOAT status. She definitely in the top 10 of all time, probably.
I'd say top 5.
Yeah. We'll start this argument again. Oh,
1, 2.
Kaiser with the save.
Kaiser coming in on a roll and breaking up the pin.
Xavier from nowhere. See, Eichner's about to take a pin.
Yeah. Why do they keep picking on the Italian?
I don't know what it is about Eichner that's just the weak link in this group. Eichner is a really good fucking wrestler.
He's bold and looks too well. Like he's really talented, but they're just like, you're gonna be the asshole in this group the whole time. You're the job squad.
Yeah, see, I don't get this sentiment. I'm really struggling with people like this is a mid-card match. Why they opening Raw with it? Usually we open with a fucking promo. Like, I think this match has been perfectly entertaining.
Even if you're not a fan of the match, like you said right there, we're opening with a match. So what are you mad at? Like, we've been opening with an exciting match. Like, you're telling me, so Gunther and Jey Uso, and all, as we're getting Jay with the 3 count on Vinci there. Exactly. But you're telling me all these guys are mid-card? I don't buy into that.
Yeah, but aren't you supposed to open the show with mid-card talent? Usually,
well, I'm agreeing with this. No, I'm just saying of like, well, I wouldn't even say that these guys are mid-cards. You're saying I wouldn't say Gunther's a mid-card guy.
Yeah, well,
he's got a mid-card belt, but I'd say he's a top, attention draw.
Yeah, and I mean, they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Jay pins one of the lackeys, and we continue to push Jay after Gunther. They're telling a story, folks, and yeah, I don't know. What should we have started tonight with?
Right.
Just me, Oos. I'm happy. I'm happy with this. That was a good match. Thumbs up from me.
There you go. I was waiting
There
for
you
the
go.
secondary thumbs up to show up.
Pissed off isn't quite as pissed off. There we go. I like it. Clean finish. Yeah, Eichner always going to take the clean finish. The minute Gunther reached out for Eichner, I was like, oh,
Yeah, what's hating on the ball guys here? Why do you hate Italian? What do we do?
Right now, Cole and Pat are bigging up. That is a belt buckle and then some on Pat.
Well, how do you feel now as we've got this as your main commentary team solidified on Monday Night Raw? That I know I'm a little biased. I'm a fan of Pat, but just going forward, this is your team. How do you feel?
I like it. I'm happy that Pat's back as we jump into a replay of the kickoff. But yeah, I think it's good, dude.
Fair enough.
I mean, Patton and Cole play off each other so well.
Does it harken back to a little bit of you have your best tandem on what's supposed to be your biggest show on Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, I think so. I think you put your vet guy on the 3-hour show. You know, Cole's kind of, for better or for worse, been the guy. We've seen a bunch of people rotate through next to Cole. And you give kind of SmackDown has a different vibe. So that SmackDown has more of that edgier hip vibe. So having Corey there, and I think Barrett's been doing good. So I'm okay with how they've set this up. I think it works for both shows.
Oh yeah, I love it. I was just gauging your opinion, I guess even the chat's opinion, because to me, it reminds me of when you had JR and King on Monday Night Raw, and you had Taz and Michael Cole on SmackDown. So you had both shows had a different vibe, a different feel to it.
Yeah. And part of me still thinks this might be a temporary thing because we don't know how long Pat will stay. But Pat, at least at minimum, buys them time to find somebody else.
Right.
What's up, Dubs?
Who what?
Jey Uso is over as shit. Yes, you got to give the man his flowers. So we're about to get a replay of the clap upside the head.
Yeah. The Rock was playing rock, paper, scissors with Cody Rhodes' face there.
You should start with lightweights and then with heavyweights. This is not a fucking...
What is the UFC? And even they don't do that. So fuck on out of here.
Sounds like my daily workout. Start with the light stuff. Work to the big stuff. All right. Okay, here we go.
I was going to say a thing, and I said, what is some people's dating history? You should start with the lightweights and end with the heavyweights.
Right. I love that. You're old news.
You're a chapter in my book.
Yeah. What a wicked line.
But this really shows, and I know that The Rock's very much big brother of Roman Reigns throughout this. Roman Reigns is still on that level of unfuckwithable.
Can we put that on a t-shirt? Unfuckwithable.
There we go. That coming soon to the merch store. Unfuckwithable.
Yeah. My blood. Rock getting all serious in his acting chops.
What can I say except go fuck yourself?
Pat is staying until at least August. Yeah, I agree with that, MDB. Like, that's my August, September. Does he shift out and you have another? Do you get your hands on a Mauro or somebody that you can bring in to take that place?
But do they go into the Jimmy Smiths, the Mike Adamleys, and all
Jimmy
that?
Smith. Jimmy sucked.
Man just caught strays the whole time he was there.
He sucked.
I don't even think he got a chance to suck. He just kept catching strays.
Yeah, no, Jimmy was not a good idea. As here comes Bobby Lashley. Man has an amazing fucking entrance. I'm sorry.
Well, he's such a weird anomaly. I've always thought, has always been looked at as a guy that should be the guy. Has the body type, the physique, the moveset, everything. But can't talk worth a fuck.
No, just yeah.
But then again, you had Brock Lesnar, same thing, but Brock Lesnar found a voice box, found a manager, found a spokesperson.
Mhm.
Bobby never found that until it was too late. It was past that time.
Mhm. But up next, we are getting Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley for the 100 people plus that are hanging out with us. Who are you taking? Who will qualify for the Elimination Chamber? And Nick, how do you feel about B-Fab officially being a part of B Business?
Well, it fits with, the big beefy boys slapping meat. So it's this B cubed, B squared is how many, ways do we have to extrapolate this beyond there of just the letter B here?
Right. Bring back Stone Cold. Only if he has the mullet. You got to bring him back with the mullet this time now. I can't unsee it.
I don't know which is the worst thing to watch of AI Stone Cold to where like his head snapped around, but the rest of his body isn't snapped around, so it looks really awkward, or Stone Cold out there with the mullet. I've never seen you have hair. Why do you have hair now, this late in the game?
Well, he had the luscious blonde locks once upon a time.
Most of us were watching that were young children versus out here. He's got full feathered Kentucky waterfall mullet.
Right. This is one of my favorite. The Rock has dad mic skills. Listen, The Rock has phenomenal mic skills. One of the best to ever hold a microphone, but his material is a little daddish as of late.
Yeah, I think the line you were saying is had good mic skills, and now it's getting more. Well, I don't have my whole promo written on my wrist.
Right. I mean, again, if you give a guy that could just grab a microphone in any venue and spit, I mean, The Rock's charisma, again, I know a lot of people want to just kind of shit on everything in this world. But again, one of the best to ever do it.
But is it Rock's charisma now, or is it more nostalgia acts? Is it now more?
He still handles a mic with no
issues, and this, and that's what gets a response. We sat there and we're here live for the kickoff when they were booing "We Want Cody," and the second he said millions and millions, they all hit their fucking keynote there. They hit their spot. So I don't know if it's. Does he have?
You're saying The Rock is currently not good with a mic. He's currently not good at talking. Like he's not a good speaker with the microphone. That's what you're contesting.
No, I'm sorry, I missed part of the question. Can you? I seriously, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I mean the idea. So my question is, you are contesting that The Rock is not good with a microphone. Like when he grabs the mic, he's not that good at speaking.
So basing on that question, if he's good with a microphone, I'm not contesting that. I'm saying, can he say anything that's current, relevant, that's new, that's innovative, or anything that really is effective versus catchphrase, slogan, ad pitch, ad read.
Well, I will give you an example of this man comes out, and it was a little long-winded. You and I criticized parts of it, but the minute he started kind of teasing at, and he's always been kind of written for. So, again, what he's able to accomplish, I have to give him his flowers for who he is and where he is on the whole depth chart of it all. But, again, the little things. When he came out a couple months ago and he hinted at, should The Rock sit at the bar? Should he, sit in the parking lot? Whatever the fuck he said, or the head of the table, people lost their mind. So there is still The Rock in there.
One line.
I'm just giving you an example.
So this is though when I would ask for a follow-up example. Give me example number 2, because to me that's the one line in like 10 years.
Yeah, in 10 years. Are you fucking nuts? He's one of the best microphone.
But how many things that he says aren't rehashes and
I just watched the whole gimmicks. That whole thing that he delivered at the press conference, if it's not The Rock delivering the material that he delivered, then it doesn't work. It doesn't pan out. The whole thing about his family, the whole thing about standing on things. You have to
most of the excitement in the promo work was Seth, Cody, and Roman.
No, the biggest part of the promo work was The Rock. He had the mic more than everybody.
But is it just because you're paying attention to The Rock? Is what he's saying?
Not fair, then. That's like saying, does Judge hit home runs just because he's Judge, or does he actually swing the fucking bat? He swings the fucking bat and the ball goes boom.
No. That's not comparable. Doesn't even work.
Just standing there. He just happens to be the dude. The Rock came out and he delivered. He dug into a heel promo and delivered it well. You have to give the man credit for that. Or this doesn't work.
Did he deliver a heel promo well, or did we just not expect him to go
God. Heel? Well, or just because what did you fucking mean? Like, are you crazy? Like,
yes, I am, but that's besides the point.
Everybody popped at how good that was. If The Rock doesn't come out and deliver, then it's not good. Oh no, we just delivered because he was The Rock. No,
I think that's what it is. I think you just popped because it was The Rock.
No, he had material that had to get him over, had to get the situation over, and it worked. It worked. And I know the people that want to just hate The Rock because he's The Rock, he's The Rock. He is one of the biggest stars, and he's the biggest star to ever come out of wrestling. Somebody has to give him some credit for what he has done. He's one of the best talkers that ever did it. No, but it's
by
just
the way, speaking of one of the best talkers, I got a video package for Andrade El Idolo right now.
Right? The next time you see Stone Cold, you're just going to go, is he good, or is it just because he's Stone Cold? That's ridiculous. But here comes El Idolo for sure. We're going to package.
I like that whole video package. That was really great. They showed him watching the game tapes, everything. They sat there and showed him watching all the throwback footage here.
Andrade. I'm shocked that he's not on SmackDown. Shocked.
Allegedly, they're going to try and move him and push him as a babyface, but it's
even if it doesn't make sense.
You're seeing your mid-card division fill up here. Now you've got Bobby Lashley, you've got Bronson Reed, you've got Jey Uso, you've got Gunther, you've got Andrade. You've got a depth there in the mid-card here.
Yeah.
Wait, what did Anthony say? I'm gonna read that.
He said Nick's always gonna find an argument, even if it don't make sense. Even if it don't make sense, he'll go out on a limb.
100%. I'm gonna just see if that's gonna let me fall down or not.
It's just a flesh wound. It's just a
flesh wound. I am the Black Knight,
the man that has no concession.
But I do frequent concession stands.
Triple H on the mic is fired. Does Mike know? Does his wife know that he's put on mic?
Why is he setting Mike on fire? What did Mike do?
Triple H on the mic.
Well, Mike is an arsonist, or Triple H is an arsonist, apparently.
An arsonist, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick reaching. Cody Crybaby's funny. Yeah, no, it's wicked. Yeah, he came up with that little ditty. And it
did he? Or did Brian go words? Did he?
Brian might have, but I mean, somebody's got to deliver it.
Yeah. How much is Dwayne really writing the lines, or is he just kind of saying it?
Right.
He can never concede he will die on any hill.
On any hill.
I'm like a Civil War soldier.
Island Hill.
Hank Hill, King of the Hill.
Hank Hill. You name the hill. Rock basically says the same thing every promo. There you go. Pissed off Canucks with you.
Well, I see. I've turned a Canuck against you.
There you go. He is loaded with catchphrases. He is. But he's also done a lot of stuff in between those catchphrases.
Still, I guess from a guy who has catchphrases, I should be able to call a guy who has catchphrases.
I'm shocked that you don't ask people if they can smell what you're cooking every show. He is hits a home run.
The Rock was bacon. Brother was bacon.
Now we're kicking off. You got Bobby or Bronson? And yes, I love the Andrade vignette.
Who you got?
Fuck, I'm torn on this. Bobby needs a win, but he's tied up with something, and I want Bronson to get some love here.
Yeah, that's a valid point. Do we get a no contest, or do we get a Bronson Reed win by distraction? Because Bobby's a SmackDown guy, so this is stage one of testing. Can you handle cross promotion?
There you go. I'm wondering. I'm anticipating we're going to get 3 and 3 from each show. As much as it. Oh, how did that work out? But I think that's how it worked out. Bobby goes into the ring post.
Do you got You kind of have to go Raw heavy.
Why do you have to go Raw heavy?
I'm not saying, well, okay, wrong choice of words of saying you have to. I think, well, AJ and LA Knight cancel each other out because that's the feud going forward. So there's 2 SmackDown guys already taken out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think whether you per se have to, I think you'll end up going Raw heavy.
Yeah, but I mean, I would love the idea of a SmackDown guy getting into the Elimination Chamber, like LA Knight winning the chamber and taking on Seth. Let's fucking go. Nobody saw that coming.
I don't disagree with you with it being a dead even split. I still think ultimately my odds-on pick for this is Drew McIntyre. The troll upon trolls.
Yeah. No, it feels like Drew's done the work to put it on a platter.
And he's done some of his best work recently. At this point, you almost could get your closest equivalent to what he was supposed to get when you actually had crowds when he was going to win the championship. If you want it now, I mean, it might be more boos than cheers, but you'd get the same response.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Who wins this? Yeah, there you go. There you go. There is no winner. It's objective opinions.
Wait, but, who's winning what now?
Who won the argument?
Oh, we don't ever keep track. That's for y'all to decide.
No,
I'm sure Damien's out there with a scoreboard on a whiteboard right now.
I love The Rock, but they should have not turned The Rock heel again. No, they had to turn Rock heel again. This was by far the best possible choice. Or else if he was out there cutting babyface promos, it would feel very gimmicky.
Yeah, well, and are you surprised by the whole discussion that The Rock's going to lean into being a heel? That's why even when you said it during the intro, I was like, no shit. Like, what did you expect him to do?
Yeah, right. I keep track.
176. I got 2 on the board.
I'm mad about the 2. I don't lose arguments. I'll beat it to death.
I'll take 2. I'll be Eli Manning to this motherfucker.
I'll be
You're looking at Eli Manning and Tom Brady. I got 2 on this.
Well, I'm gonna go check the scoreboard.
Right, you go check the stat sheets here as KJ takes a pause for the cause. Possibly Richard. The Rock still got it. It's different with if his timing was off, but he hasn't lost a beat. I still, to me, personally, as we're in a commercial break again right now, The Rock, and I love The Rock, obviously. Trust me, if there's any people that I bite, getting gimmicks and everything off of. But to me, he's so polished and he's so corporate right now versus I know during the Attitude Era where a lot of us watched, we got corporate Rock, but that was because he was paired up with Vince McMahon, maybe I shouldn't say that, and Triple H, etc. Versus now he's so polished and sterile and Moana and Disney and has to be a walking fucking billboard that I think that there is an edge that's been lost there. I would say that. I won't say he's fully lost his edge or anything, but I do think that now that fire isn't the same anymore, and it's still more catchphrases and how can I spin a catchphrase versus create a catchphrase. Rock was best. Oh, Attitude Era Rock was best. So basically, Nick didn't do it for The Rock. Yes, I, for once, as the one who's been champion out here, I did it for The Rock. I didn't do it for The Rock. But we're back in action as we've got Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley. So let me know, folks, who you got. And I guess this is, should we just start calling these Bacon Club matches here of the big beefy boys slapping meat? Because respectfully, if this is a fucking fat back of a match here of Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed, 2 just fucking mammoths just throwing at it here. Bobby with a superplex for 1.5 count, if anything. Do you like pie? Sterile, pause, wide. The corporate bloodline. I think that's kind of what we're going to get, or could we get the bloodline versus the corporation versus the authority of, we get, The Rock and Roman talking shit to Nick Aldis and Triple H. We already saw Triple H very clearly respond on last week's Friday Night SmackDown, and Paul Heyman make it clear to Triple H of, well, The Rock and Roman will be here next week. So that could be where we're going with this. 1, 2 count for Bronson Reed here on a Death Valley driver. Cross will get involved in this match. Could happen. Didn't like The Rock in 97, didn't like The Rock back in 2000, didn't like The Rock in 02 or 4 now. So you just don't like The Rock. You can just save yourself typing that out and just say, I didn't like The Rock. Because, I don't know why, but yeah, Jamie, why would you not like The Rock at any facet? Like, I can see you being annoyed with him at certain times. Spine buster by Lashley for 2 count. But to sit there and just constantly, I didn't like him. I don't know. I think you're projecting, my guy. Bacon Club matches. Bacon Club sandwiches. Fine. Meat Lovers Pizza match. That's a nice little contender there. I like that. Oh, Christ. Well, because I definitely pause. I realized I can't call it Meat Lovers matches right now. That's a little too sus there. I hope they reinforce the ring with these 2 big boys, Nick. Well, it doesn't seem like they've had. And do you remember when there was a whole brief period for a long time toward WWE, if they had something like that? Oh, Bobby Lashley just tossing Bronson Reed off the top rope here. But they'd always have it to where the ring would buckle. Spear by Bobby Lashley onto Bronson. 1, 2, 3. So Bobby Lashley advances. I would have taken Bronson Reed here to advance. But so Bobby Lashley will be in the men's elimination chamber. And again, does it clean? No outside interference from Karrion Kross, from the Authors of Pain, anything there. So really interesting. Now, could you have Kross and Bobby Lashley both qualify for it? And then that's where we pay that off a little bit here. But yeah, 2 big beefy boys slapping meat. Pause. How you feeling so far as we're heading into the first hour of Monday Night Raw? So qualified for the men's elimination chamber, we have Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and Bobby Lashley. So 3 former world champions are already all qualified for the elimination chamber to see who would take on Seth Rollins. Horrible, predictable squash match. Freebird, I think you just kind of just hating to hate. Lashley, Orton, and Drew is a strong 3. Absolutely. Again, like I said, it's all 3 former world champions. So I think very much that you're setting up a murderer's row here. I respect your opinion. I appreciate it. EQ, I don't know what we're talking about, but I appreciate it. Yeah, wow, Bobby won. Sean Sandy's 0-2. Was it 2 matches that we had on Raw, or is it 3? Freebird. No, I hate it was predictable. It wasn't getting predictable. Like, I don't know. You have that, my guy. I don't think it was predictable. And clearly, as we've got people 1-1, 0-2, 1-1. Well, Christian out here just fantasy booking 2-0 here. Jobson 1-0. I don't think that match was predictable at all. If anything, that was a little bit more of an upset. And how do we feel about these interviews now between Jackie Redmond and Sami Zayn, Canadian on Canadian action here in an empty arena, just up in, middle section row B here. Now we're talking about him taking on Nakamura. I think it's really interesting. We've got And it's a way to still keep, to an extent, Sammy relevant. Of he's not in these big super serious feuds. He's not got, a bloodlust fucking storyline or anything. He's not out here trying to take on any enemy, but we're gonna really have these heart-to-heart enemies, or heart-to-heart interviews. Sorry, like you would see, Christ, when we're watching the Super Bowl, you watch an NBA game, you watch an NHL game. So Austin Matthews, how are you feeling about the game tonight? And then, he can cut a whole promo doing the interview and everything like that. I really kind of like this new sports presentation versus sports entertainment vibe when it comes to WWE. 2-0 Lashley was, again, fantastic and amazing, Christian, how you could put that out there after he already won. It's amazing how that works out. Sammy needs to get back the momentum back. Well, he needs to get it back. As even during this interview, so we've got Nakamura popping up with a video package to Sammy during this interview. Like, this isn't technically, allegedly, during the show here. This is just, it happened of, oh, hey, you're having this interview. You're having this heart-to-heart. Well, here, I heard your response. Let me respond. And I really like what they're doing here with Nakamura, of everything's in the red light, everything's subtitled. He constantly just seems like this, fucking martial arts badass out here. He's out here of, shown off Nakamura instead of Shinsuke. Just out here looking like a badass. Bro, what up, Sam? Sammy. This is good. Wait, what? I don't know what y'all talking about. Sports entertainment presentation. You down with SEP? Yeah, you know me. Damien saying, when do you think Rhea Ripley loses the championship? Post WrestleMania, if not at WrestleMania. That would be the earliest she's losing is at WrestleMania. If anything, it might be probably clearly post WrestleMania. So Cody Rhodes coming up next. Super interesting that we're going to hear from Cody Rhodes the first time we're going to hear from him since he's got, the taste slapped out of his mouth by Dwayne, and not, his teeth slapped out. But we're going to hear from Cody Rhodes coming up next, as we've got an advertisement for the NXT Tag Team Championship match going on tomorrow night, which I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling and even beyond. We were just here last night for a Super Bowl watch party. We'll be back here tomorrow night for NXT, to where we're going to get even more Carmelo, and we're going to get an NXT tag title match on the line here. So 100% be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. There is nobody doing it like we do. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated, and the fastest growing wrestling channel out there. Cody is next. It seems to be. Cody with another promo. I think, though, we all kind of are waiting to hear what he has to say. Though, think about it. I know, at least, I thought he was advertised for Friday Night SmackDown. And then when he wasn't advertised for the SmackDown, or what didn't show up, he was just in a dark match. I was a little disappointed. So now we get to actually hear what he has to say here. That would have been a record attendance for AEW this year. Wait, why? I don't know what to argue about. For some reason, I can see Dom being the one that takes the title away from her. I don't know why. Wait, JV's just going on a whole tangent of saying that Dom takes the title off of Rhea. I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to know how you got there, sir. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about. No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, so what do you want to talk about?
We're about to find out what we want to talk about. And I think, like you said, a lot of people are looking forward to seeing what Cody has to say And again, you know, the last time we saw Cody, he was getting clapped upside the head. So very curious about what his response is going to be here tonight.
Is it Cody Murphy or is it Cody Rhodes?
Cody Murphy. It's
Charlie Murphy.
Right. It's Cody Rock. Ironically.
Right. Yeah. And it's Dwayne Smith.
Right. Do you, you're the Eddie guy more than I am. Do you think Eddie challenging Bryan Danielson out of left field for Revolution is good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I at this point, what else do you got?
Yeah, I just
honestly, and I'm not trying to say this in a negative way towards Danielson, towards Kingston, or anything like that. To me, as a wrestling fan, if I'm looking at AEW, you're emptying the cupboards right now. You ain't got a lot of shit, so you're emptying the cupboards.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I just think like Danielson went from fighting random luchadors to all of a sudden Eddie's like, I want Danielson, which they have history from the Continental Classic. I'm assuming the belts will be on the line, so maybe Daniel Bryan becomes the new Triple Crown.
That's what we all thought the tournament was gonna be, and then Eddie just retained. That's really what it is. And now maybe again, that whole pay-per-view could be two passing of the torches that we all thought were gonna happen and now just do happen.
Right.
Eddie passes the torch to Danielson, and you have Sting and Darby that pass the torch to the Young Cucks. Yeah. And I said the Young Cucks for a reason.
Dom and Rhea staying in JD for life. Listen, I kind of like the idea of Dom turning on Rhea for Nia.
I want one mommy. I want the curvy mommy.
Yeah,
when she shits on my face, I do the Squidward face and just have two just ass cheek impressions. Is that what we're going with here?
Get my snorkel. I'm going in.
You ever go scuba diving? I've been scuba diving. You ever go snorkeling? I've been snorkeling.
But we are getting, well, easy, Scuba Steve. We're getting
damn you, Scuba Steve.
The teaser for WrestleMania XL, and we're going back to what reporters and what publications talked about.
Yeah, but that's still, again, it goes to say, if this was just Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, and we never deviated anything here, is USA Today talking about it? Is SportsCenter talking about it? Is this publication talking about it? Is that publication talking about it? Fuck no.
Ooh, here we go. Stop looking at me, Swan.
Shampoo is better. I go on first. Conditioner is better. I make the hair shiny and smooth.
Did the Penguin tell you that, money? There you go.
It's all, hey, shout out Carl Weathers. It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips.
I don't mind taking my time in the Triple H voice. If Nia beats Rhea, I might have to break down and watch an AEW women's match. Nia's not beating Rhea. Rhea's going into Mania as champ.
Well, shout out, though. I guess the San Francisco 49ers have opened the forbidden door. We had Sasha Banks, Naomi, Bailey, and Britt Baker all just hanging out together.
How long before the Britt Baker to WWE rumors start? Because she hasn't been booked in a hot fucking minute.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, put her on a stage. I think she's a star. Great entrance. She has,
she at this point might fit better.
Yeah,
but I can dabble her in versus she's got to be the workhorse.
Well, let's say like if they bring in Mercedes, which we all believe they are, obviously. If Britt comes out of left field to be her first opponent, is it a bit off, being that we haven't seen Britt?
I think it's one of those of the outcome. Then again, who could you put?
Oh, you're gonna know the outcome no matter what. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, who could you put her against in AEW right now that isn't, it's a star dwarfing another.
Nobody. And then she goes after the belt. I think that's her first angle, is right after the champ. Do not waste time. Do not fuck around. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just go after the champ.
But does that get her into an issue of if she just becomes like the belt collector and just fucking gobbles up, she's Galactus, and just sits there and shows up and just takes over everything? Do people turn on, well, no, we wanted to actually see you actually have some matches here and not just win all the time?
I don't want them to do what they've done with other stars, because what they end up doing is minimalizing their stars. Mercedes versus Abaddon, Mercedes versus, Red Velvet, Mercedes versus fucking, we got to go through 3 months of shitty matches before she turns her attention. Deonna Purrazzo's been on a quicker path, and I think that's good.
Is that because, though, you can't book them into any good matches, so you just got to book them on 3 months of shitty matches?
Yeah, no, right? That's a good question. So, Lexington, Kentucky. What do you want to talk about?
And it's not your cousin.
Finish the story.
As he switches to in the main event of WrestleMania 40. No, we get that. We want to talk about why you get slapped in the face and ain't do nothing.
They
Mr.
held me back.
Stand on business, you ain't do nothing.
Big chance, big chance. If anyone doubts where this man stands in the wrestling world, you're not getting it. He's thanking the fans. It's their fault. Or, they get credit.
But no, I think this is the way you go. If you're Cody, you lean into the fans. So the next time, the next hurdle that gets thrown here, now they come back tenfold. Well, now he's acknowledging us.
Yeah.
In between my chicken nuggets, and do you want to go play catch with me? No, he acknowledged me.
He's such a big baby face. You have to lean into it. You have to capture it. And he's done it from the minute he got to this company. We want Cody. Y'all got Cody.
This man is Captain America in a fucking suit and tie instead of a cape and or a mask and shield here. When I beat Roman Reigns, which you ain't gonna do.
Right. There's 4 people in the no, we don't.
Right.
He's a cancer. That's why he gets along with Punk.
It's not a tumor.
Did you see there was people that actually went out? There was one guy in particular on going around Twitter. He had gotten the Cody Rhodes neck tat in his honor. I'm like, that's dumber than the original.
Mental is a thing, folks. And again, hashtag not sponsored, but seek BetterHelp. Go to betterhelp.com.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about getting a Cody Rhodes neck tattoo, talk to somebody about it. They'll talk you off the cliff.
Right. Rocky sucks chance. A potential presidential nominee. I can't wait till The Rock is running your country and you can come on here and say the guy can't give a speech.
I mean,
oh, they're going to the pack clip. Sorry. You're going to the pack clip.
No, I was going to say, I'm just saying, when it comes to running our country, we've seen people do worse. So,
fact. It's up their ass.
At least Dwayne would be cognizant instead of senile. So,
facts. And the crowd in the building are just booing.
But
It's all
again,
Pat's
this is how
fault.
you get around of Dwayne's not here today,
Yeah.
but we have a special video from Dwayne.
They're blaming Pat, Michael Cole. It's all your fault, Pat.
Seek a doctor about that condition, or at least your nearest McDonald's.
I think you're eating them wrong, sir.
Well, oh no, he's trying to do like the Rainy Marsh thing of if you do it that way and then you poo out your mouth. That tends to be what a lot of people who have wrestling podcasts do, is just poo out their mouths. So,
oh, Pat.
I like how he's going that bad for this. I'm like, you fucking, you had him on your show. Don't mistake the levity in my voice for my candor. You said too many syllables that none of them people know. Freebird, I think you might be tipsy, my guy.
I've had enough.
You chose to slap me in the face and slap me in the face in public. My guy, you're a pro wrestler. So fight back, Cody.
He was held back
by who?
The Trips and Aldis and Pierce were all there.
He was very much in one of those. Hold me back. Hold me back.
What did he say? Shit. Burn it down. Oh, look, Canuck. Nice. Cody fans are worse than Cowboy fans.
Or they're just the same fans.
Seth trying to be a little more limber here.
Straight up looking like a Jersey Shore mother coming out right now.
Right.
I saw some people saying that Christ, what's her name there? That was with Usher on the Alicia Keys, that her outfit for the Super Bowl was just going to be Seth's wardrobe for WrestleMania.
Right. That's what I said. Cody didn't even say anything to disrespect Rock's family. It made no sense. Yeah, but if I told you your grandparents would be embarrassed by your behavior, would that not piss you off a little bit? It'd bother me.
Especially if you're out there looking like Dom Toretto and you're only focused on family.
Right. So, yeah. The Rock and Cody both great at the promo. That rambles on just a little too long. Sometimes I think they've done a good job of keeping Cody short. Like even tonight, like he was cooking, and then the minute we kind of got to the cook, we were done. Out comes Seth. It was good timing for me.
I don't know. I think Cody just might be short because even Seth's out here taller than him. So
there you go. Big bow. By the XFL. Did he just call the Rock Maleficent? Not quite.
Yeah, he did. He actually did.
Kinda.
You poor unfortunate soul. Get Ursula.
Right. Yeah, Canuck called it. Why was Seth Cody's bodyguard if he's injured? Made no sense. Heat of the moment. Again, I thought a lot of what happened.
Moment. Tell you your heart, man.
And again, it's not like a brawl broke out. They all got held back.
That's exactly what happened as a fucking brawl broke out.
It was one slap. And like you said, he never even got back to him because management stepped in and you got to listen to the boss.
You
so you back down.
have everything going on backstage. If you tell him to talk about her family again, or otherwise
I don't know.
Fucking teeth out of his mouth.
maybe it's the hockey guy in me. I've seen a lot of brawls. That ain't it.
Yeah, most of the hockey fights end with concussions and everything like that, and teeth getting fucking put on the floor versus, you know, actual fisticuffs.
Bitch, move. We're going toe to toe.
You're bringing up Ludwig, who we saw last time. Move, bitch. Stay out the way.
You need to finish your story. Didn't you get fucking petition for him not to?
When did Seth Rollins just become Cody's cheerleader?
It's funny because a couple weeks ago when they were trying to sell us on him not doing it, it is very funny now. But that's wrestling for you.
But in this again, to me, makes Seth feel the losers bracket, the second table will see you now.
Yeah. But the fans of Seth and the people that watch Seth understand what's happening there. And it is what it is. They've called it out. They put it on Front Street.
But is this again? We're going to build him up. We're going to build him up. We're going to build him up. Just to watch all these people cry when he loses again.
I still think he's losing.
Yeah.
What did I miss? A lot of stuff.
All other things. Everything. Everything.
Cody needs to win.
Beast, Master Cheetah.
Right? Cody needs to win to take the power away from the Bloodline and Roman Reigns and The Rock, essentially.
Yeah, because if Roman loses, The Rock has to vacate his spot on the board here if we're going full fucking kayfabe with this.
Well, I don't think they went that far, but all right.
Well, no, and I'm going off of what the comment was said. It takes the power away.
No, you never said that at all. But okay.
And kayfabe.
Not even in kayfabe did he say that.
Okay. All right.
He said, go get the belt. Take Roman's power away. Because that belt comes with power. Everyone. That's funny. It's facts. Facts, AJ. I couldn't walk in those shoes. That's it right there, Boston. You're our only hope, Cody.
Fucking Princess Leia ass.
Freebird said this is odd. What is odd about this?
Freebird, I'm starting to think you're just odd.
Like I'm following the
even.
Like come with me, folks. I'm following the bouncing ball. Like I don't think this is confusing in the least. Oh, okay. That's a twist a little bit. Rocky sucks.
Well, again, has now the Rock or the Cody Roman storyline just become we're focused on the Rock more than anything else, more than we've got to keep Cody involved because he was here, he's been here on this whole time. Now we've got even Seth saying you have to address the Rock.
But he just spent the whole last 4 minutes talking about Roman. But in order to get to Roman and deal with Roman, you have to now address. Like I think Roman is still very much the focus, but you can't ignore the big elephant in the room with the big head and the bull tattoo.
But everyone that was mad that he was involved in the matches, now he's just not involved in the match. He's just moved to the sidelines. He's still the same focal point. He's just not in the ring.
I feel it's more of a combined effort. I like it, and I think we talked about it. Like the absolute power, the coming together of two mega stars, and that's what I think Cody's addressing right here. Cody versus The Rock. That'd be interesting. But when? Rocky sucks. A lot of Rocky sucks chants in the building tonight.
Are we setting up a tag match between these two? Not at WrestleMania, but at Elimination Chamber.
Maybe. Again, you're going to put 60,000 people in that building in Perth. That would be huge. Seth and Cody versus Rock and Roman. Let's fucking go.
Because Seth is not giving a fuck about who might be challenging him. He's giving a shit more about Cody's story, which is, to me, I get, cool, we should focus on Cody. It's weird that the champion is focusing on the challenger for the other championship's belt story versus his own potential challengers.
But I would argue that he's been tied into this from the get-go with reason, with good reason, because Cody potentially was going to fight him, and he doesn't really have a challenger yet. So come Chamber, that focus will change. But right now, Cody needs an ally. Why not this guy who has history with Roman? I think we're pulling negatives where we don't really need to. I think all of this fits together very nicely.
You can still be a friend, but you don't need to come out here and sit there and do this whole public display of how I'm your friend, and we're going to sit here and talk for 27 minutes about how you need to worry about him and this, that, and the third and everything like that, when I should really be focusing on who's winning qualifying matches to face me at WrestleMania here, especially when I'm coming in with a gimp leg.
But as he just explained, again, the Rock Roman thing is a big issue for the whole company. And that's why he's invested. That's why he cares. He was also on stage when this happened. I think this is all very well explained and makes sense to me. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just easy to please tonight, but I think this all ties together lovely.
The revolutionary.
Could be. I like that. I like that. Seth versus Cozy at Backlash in France. I don't think so. Big Nick, it's sports entertainment. Plus, Roman was taking shots at Seth, and Seth's been shooting subliminal out to Roman. Yeah, I mean, again, Seth was a part of this story from the beginning. Like, I think it ties in very well. I think, again, you take your two top baby faces, and now you have your two top heels. I got no problem with this. This is like mega power. Like, this is, let's go.
I'm not fully against it, but it's, to me, it's as Jay's even changed up the outfits and everything. But it's still like, I get why Seth was involved before. Of he was trying to vie for, he was pining over Cody versus now you have other challengers on deck. You have to defend the crown. Go ahead.
No, they're making it official that Jey Uso will fight Gunther. Let's go. Let's go. I guess that's Chamber. Here we go.
Now, that's going to be really interesting if it's at Chamber, because there was the whole stories that Gunther couldn't go to Chamber because of visa issues.
Is that going to be a Raw match then?
Oh, if that's a Raw match.
What's wrong with it being a Raw match?
No. I'm saying let me get to there before you jump down my throat. I'm saying I think it's more of that. I think that it more leans in the favor of it being a Gunther victory if it's a Raw match.
I don't. I think every once in a while you get a big moment on a Raw. Like again, if you are trying to make it happen now, I just don't imagine it really changing hands until Mania without Chamber. So yeah, I mean, I'm curious, but it's happening. We're gonna get the match. Just when. I'm curious when. I don't know if they said when, but here comes Liv Morgan.
All right, now I'm gonna go find out.
There you go. Nick's gonna go walk it off and find a smile. But we're rolling along. I'll do you one better. Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody. Special guest referee Sylvester. You're on all the vitamins, my guy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It has to be Rock versus Cody on behalf of Chris Rock. You can't slap a man in public like that. Lady B, welcome back. Funny thought. But folks, we are rolling along. We are in a commercial break. Up next, we're getting Liv Morgan on her revenge tour, taking on Zoey Starks. I think Liv Morgan clearly is going to win this one. Richard thinks Zoey's going to take it, but this is an elimination qualifier match. Let us know. Let us know. Yes, exactly. See money. I got to shower and pray after seeing her. You simmer down. Got Liv for the win, says Dale. I like it. I like it. Yeet. Let's go. Interviewer distracted. Yeah. How do you take that energy and everyone throwing it? Jimmy costing him the match. Keyshawn, that is a very interesting thought. Could Jay go after Gunther? Jimmy cost him, which sets up a potential match between Jimmy and Jay. I've said many times, potentially Jimmy versus Jay at Mania would be awesome. City of Brotherly Love. Let's get these two guys in the ring. Let's see what happens. Let's play it out. That's very intriguing. But I don't know. I want him to win the IC belt. I think we're ready for it. Apple's VR headset. All right. Who gets a bigger contract between Seth and Becky? Maybe they're just for the sake of love, they'll make it equivalent. What do you think are the 5 worst gimmicks of all time? Skittle, I'm busy. Jay versus Gunther next week. Is it next week? All right, that's interesting. Okay. So if we're going to get Jay versus Gunther, what is the likelihood that Jay actually wins? I don't know if he wins next week. Is it just attempt 1? Does it take multiple times for Jay to beat Gunther? I'm all for it. Listen, every once in a while, you got to throw a title change or a big main event onto your weekly shows. You want to continue to give people a reason to show up and watch your weekly shows. I mean, to just never have that kind of thing, but I don't know. That it's such a quick turnaround here. What a big night it could be next week. I don't know. Macho Yeet Jay Savage. I like it. Let's go. Goated. The new Shield might be a third guy. Well, again, lots of rumors about the guy likes of Jacob and Lance, and we saw them on the family tree. Could they somehow get involved in this? We'll see. Bum, bum, bum. Liv Morgan for the win. Zoey Starks, I already said you. Live for the win. Freebird, that's kind of funny. Explains a lot too. Liv Morgan for the win. I agree. I want Sylvester Stallone to be a special enforcer or something. Dude, he's 70. Let it go. I'm picking Liv for the win. Oh. Liv Morgan versus Zoey Starks. Liv for the win. Good Raw so far. I'm liking Raw. Good opening match. Followed it up well. And then I like what just happened with Seth and Cody. And yeah, maybe I'm just being too easy to please. Maybe I'm enjoying the ride too much. I know my partner in crime had a lot to kind of poke at there. But to me, it all works together. It's been packaged well. It all makes sense. I have no problem with that. And having 2 of your biggest baby faces, arguably your two biggest baby faces in the company, giving each other the rub, pause. But yeah, I mean, I had no problem with that promo. I wasn't bored with it. I didn't feel like it went too long. I felt like they delivered, and it all makes sense. It all ties together. And yeah, I mean, Cody chooses Roman, and Seth, kind of says, this is why this match is important. I think it worked. I think I'm okay with the road we're on here. And a lot of questions, like, what does Rock and Roman say on Friday? They're both going to be at SmackDown. Will they have a response to what we just heard? Probably. He's the real Rocky. Well, I mean, getting Sly in the building at Mania would be kind of interesting. Having him involved in anything, probably not for me. Live, baby faces, more like baby back bitches. There you go. MDB saying baby back bitches. The MVP Mahomes, random. Stallone, he was on TV. Yep. Stallone is 77, called it. What do you think about Shots versus Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship tomorrow night? Damien, I did not know that had been announced. Very intriguing, very interesting. Go Shotzi. That is a twist. And you know what? With so many women right now on SmackDown, so many women on Raw, Shotzi lost in the shuffle, never really found her footing, never really got over in a big way. Maybe a little stint down in NXT helps her. I'm okay with that. I really am. As right now, we are getting a package from Zoey Starks, from Liv. We're getting an Elimination Chamber set up for this match. So not bad. I like the vibe. But here we go. Here we go. I can see Jimmy trying to screw Jay and accidentally costing Gunther the title. All right, but so then Jay wins the title, but still sets up the match, I guess, Corey. I could see where you're going with that. Maybe. The original story changed several times. Now we getting Seth cheering Cody. Yeah, if you follow the narrative, especially like little things, right? Like Cody saying, well, I'm going to fight you, Roman, but not at Mania. So the story changed, and it had to have changed. Had to be somewhat of a pivot, because if you take the words that were said, they don't always line up. And I feel like Seth sold himself to Cody because he thought, or they thought, that would be a way to soften the blow. Didn't work, and now we're kind of working it backwards. But Cody and Seth were on the same side at the press conference. Seth jumped into Cody's aid, and now here we are. We're at the end of this promo, and I don't know. A lot of people talking about a potential tag match, but Zoey Starks all over Liv. If you haven't made a prediction yet, let me know who you're taking. Let's go. Let's go. Liv reminds me of the bad girl from GTA. That's I don't know if that's sad or interesting all over, but here we go. Super Bowl belt looks sick. Absolutely. One of the homeboys did Stallone's arm tattoo back in 2011, or your homeboys, and two other artists. That's pretty unbelievable. Liv's got Zoey Starks on the apron. Oh, springboard. Down she goes. Key line versus Lemon Meringue all day long. Why did they cut Liv and Zoey's entrances? They gave us that big package instead, John. So again, I mean, for the sake of getting to the point, I'm okay with that. If you're going to give us the big build up for Elimination Chamber, then I'm completely fine with having it. We don't have to watch everybody come out to the ring. I'm okay with that. WWE more real than the NFL. A lot of people saying that over the last couple of days. It makes me laugh. That's why I got lost in the storyline. I hope WWE pulls it off. Yeah, I don't know though. I think again, it wasn't egregious, and I don't think it was overly confusing, to be 100% honest with you. But Zoey with the Death Valley driver on the apron, and we go back to commercial, ladies and gentlemen. And I will remind everybody out there, make sure you hit like and subscribe. We will be back tomorrow for NXT, Wednesday for Dynamite, Thursday we got Impact, Friday we got the doubleheader, Saturday we got Wrestling Revolver. I don't know what the fuck we're going to do on Sunday, but we will figure it out. Liv Morgan for the win. Liv for the win. I'm a Zoey fan too. I would like Zoey and Liv to get in, but you can't have everything you want. Nick in the mood, and key lime all day. There you go. Now I'll take a lemon meringue over key lime. Liv Morgan got her panties showing. Easy. Down boy. Thirst trap in effect. Great favor water, Big Nick. Is there flavor supposed to be there? Mosquito bites are itchy. At the moment, would you compare Cody with Swerve? Kyle, I'm not quite following the idea there. I mean, Cody, as far as both being the most over in their company, the difference is Swerve still billed as a heel, still the leader of a heel faction. I think Swerve could kind of be Cody in the sense of push Swerve pure babyface. Let Nana do his dance. Let Nana get the whole crowd going like we saw with Jey Uso and ride it. Let him be the good guy. Get rid of Adam Page. Get, Swerve going after Joe straight up one-on-one. Yeah, I think there's aspirations there. Beyond that, I mean, how else would you make the comparable there? Sky Blue, Cora, Jade, Red Velvet, Purple Haze. It's all the same. Let's go. Liv already got her shot, and she succeeded. Let Zoey get her shot. Not a bad show, but Liv's a bigger star. Liv's in a different spot. She just came back. I imagine Liv's getting in this, especially now that they're pushing her revenge tour, right? If they're going to give us that storyline, that angle, then her revenge tour her revenge tour dies real quick, right? Fucking guys. They are changing the name of the Universal title back to the WWE title. Yeah, a lot of talk about calling it the WWE title. I'm good with that. They still use undisputed, which doesn't make sense to me because there are two champions. If there was only one champion for all the company, then it would be undisputed. But yeah, go back to the WWE title. Universal, I never liked the Universal Championship or the Universal Champion. I get what they were trying to accomplish. It didn't work for me. Zoey for the win. I agree. No, I don't agree, actually. Man, so many. Yeah, no shit. No wonder there's not that many ladies kicking around, boys. Scaring them all away. Act like you've seen one before. Oh, there you go. Favor, water, key lime. Okay. Flavor? I compare Swerve to LA Knight. The crowd grew to love him natural. Even so, they don't fit in the company's title picture. Richard, I like that take quite a bit. He definitely has that, like, the organic growth. Nobody was expecting LA Knight to get over the way he did. Same thing with Swerve. Swerve just kind of came out of, not doing a lot, kind of being in the, he was tied up with Rick Ross and the embassy and, being a mogul. And then all of a sudden, Swerve When I Drive got over and it got bigger. It got bigger. It got bigger. And here we are. So, yeah, I like that comparable for sure. But we're back from commercial break. And Zoey with the power bomb going for the pin. Good Lord. Good Lord. When is Okada showing up in WWE? I know Triple H been wanting to get him from New Japan for years. 100. I can see Triple H getting Okada as a massive push and make him his number one guy in NXT. Well, rumor is he's going to AEW. If you want to believe SRS and friends, he is on his way to AEW. That's the rumor. All reports are saying Sasha, Okada, Camille, Swimmy, Swami, Swanson, Samson, all of them. Everybody's going to AEW. That's the rumor. So I don't know. If Triple H could get his hands on Okada, it would be good for business. It would help. They would push him. They'd put him on a platform. He has a chance to perform at WrestleMania. But as of now, it looks like he's going to be a member of AEW. Like everything else, I'll believe it when I see it in this wrestling world. Nice move by Morgan. We got a 2 count, kind of rolled out of it. Excuse me, folks. Liv is trash. That's not very nice, Matt Skizzy. Whose house? Swerve's house. Let's go. Swerve going for the code breaker. Zoey says no. Zoey Stark uses a Tiger Driver, and now Zoey Stark needs 2 chances. All right, my guy. I'll take your word for it. Do you know why they ended the World Heavyweight Championship for the Universal Championship? Do you know why they ended? I'm not quite sure the question there, John. I think they just, when they came up with the second belt, they didn't want to call it World. So they wanted to do something unique, right? And they wanted to not appease, but put it towards the WWE universe, right? So Universal Champion seemed to be the right fit. Zoey sliding, Liv to the corner. Was it botched? It looked a little clunky coming out of the corner for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you. Zoey up top. Misses the corkscrew. Liv with the code breaker. There you go. That will be all she wrote on this one. And now qualifying for the Elimination Chamber. Liv. Yes, I swerve when I drive, Morgan. Dun, dun, dun. I actually like the Universal title. I have nothing against the title. I just don't like the name. When is Adam Cole going to be cleared from injury? Based on if the reports are true and he shattered his ankle and got pins and all that, it could be a hot minute. They, again, and I don't know what you do with them because right now the Undisputed Kingdom feels super irrelevant. 2-1, 2-1, 3-0, 3-0, 2-1, 2-1. Solid match, decent match. Again, not bad, not bad. I didn't hate it. Yeah. 2-1. Liv's finisher feels so lame. I don't like any finisher that you got to set up in a certain, that only works certain places.
Speaking of working in only certain places in Soul, we got our truth.
Damian reminding Truth that he's not a part of the crew.
No, technically he won a match, so he should be. By the bylaws of the Judgment Day, he should be.
1-1. Cupid has struck me. That's why Liv gets love, is because she has a very big fan base of thirsty homeboys.
She got big things, and we'll leave it at that. And certain people have found their smile and so on.
Right. Freebird, no. They did. We were critical of the R-Truth stuff at times, but now it's less comical. It's more tragic. And this is pushing towards Awesome Truth going after the Judgment Day.
Yeah, this is setting still, it's still comical and everything, but it's the right comical. It's good comedy versus bad comedy, and it's setting up towards, like you said, a match versus Awesome Truth, or even just R-Truth versus Damian Priest at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So far, each chamber is all former world champions with Liv's victory. How good does that sound? 3 former world champions have already qualified. Let's go.
Facts. Well, it's like with the men's tonight, to where we had Bobby Lashley qualify. So far for the men's chamber, it's Drew, Randy, and Bobby Lashley.
There you go.
There's your 3 competitors that could take on Seth Rollins, and we've still got another 3 to be named.
There we go. As up next, JD gonna take on R-Truth, and the whole crew coming to ringside for this one.
Now, who does R-Truth tag in this? That's going to be the question.
Right. Well, I expect a Miz appearance, and then I wonder if Judgment Day screws Miz out of the chamber, especially going up against Paul.
Yeah, shit, I forgot that that's the matchup. Yeah, that could happen. 100%.
Poor Truth, right? Poor Truth.
Well, you had the whole chance of when he showed up on SmackDown. We want Truth. Like, there's now more than ever a push to at least have some sort of a moment, whether it's they win the tag titles, what have you, of an R-Truth moment at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're building towards it. Truth super over. He's gotten tons of love since he returned from his injury. Why not?
Night 1, the Awesome Truth goes over the Judgment Day for the tag titles. And you've got the Miz out there, you know, throwing R-Truth up on his shoulders, or Christ, even if you can make it work storyline wise. You've got Damian Priest doing that. Yeah, I think that'd be fantastic.
And I think it sets up Damian for a little more of a solo run, because we're still kind of waiting for that. Get him away from the tag belts.
But also, though, when does he cash in? Where does he cash in? Is it successful? Is it not successful?
It's really up in the air. It's so hard to say with this one.
Has the Money in the Bank briefcase not mattered in the past 3 years, give or take?
I don't know. I think this one, like, I wouldn't feel like this Money in the Bank doesn't matter. Last one was Theory, so maybe not as much, though that kind of got thwarted. Who was the one before that? Miz and Otis?
No, it was, the OTs.
So, yeah, maybe you're accurate. A little lackluster for 3 years.
It's never felt like who won the Money in the Bank briefcase could actually win the world title. And Damon was our best hope, was our best bet. And then Dwayne showed up and just somehow I guess DW is ahead of DA in the alphabet according to WWE, and he jumped the line.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what they do with Damien now with the cases and how it all plays out, but it's interesting because he's got a lot of time. I mean, whatever he does, I mean, dude, I'd pop if if somebody beat Seth at Mania and Damien cashes in on them. Like, I think I'd pop. I think I'd be all for it.
To me, it's more of thinking about the options there. Like, so you would have Damien go over Drew for the title.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he's got until next Money in the Bank, so he could still do it past Mania. He could do it at Backlash or maybe the show in Berlin or something like that. We talked about earlier about you could have potentially shorter championship reigns and make that title seem more on the move versus the WWE title, the Undisputed title, the Universal title has been stagnant for 3,000 some odd, whatever the fuck days now.
Yeah, and again, I think there's been too many failed attempts. I think that's one of the things they did wrong with Damien. Is every once in a while you want to throw one in, but he's done like 6 or 7 almost cashed in.
Yeah, it's one of those of he's done a lot of like the decoy, like, is he gonna? And then do you really have it do it to where the one time he does do it and it's still a fail? Like,
yeah, that's where I'm wondering if he actually does pull it off. Is it a W?
Or could he have it to where he does it like a Lola Vice, who you like in NXT, to where they do it, say, mid-match or start of a match or what have you, so where then it becomes turns into a triple threat and it turns into a banger of a match and he's involved with it. He still loses, but at least it was a hell of a match.
Yeah. Is it storyline that Drew McIntyre? No, it's not. The WWE has not presented this. They don't talk about it. It's bullshit. This is a fan-made wrestling journalist storyline. Like, it's Drew's contract is set to expire, and there's been no reports of him re-signing. But even him returning, Triple H at the time said, "You all just make shit up." So,
yeah, it's really. I don't think we would be in this moment, and especially with Drew doing his best work. Again, much like with MJF, to let this man walk, you'd be a little bit of a fool. So I don't think that option's even on the table.
yeah, see, I don't feel that strongly about that. I don't think there'd be like, and I don't see him fitting well with AEW. I don't.
But I'll give you that, but I'm saying to me, it's one of those of if I'm WWE, you're doing your best work. I'm going to make sure you're locked down. Like I'm not saying
but
that.
Remember,
like,
it's only been like a couple weeks of his best work. Of a month ago, we were like, "What the fuck is Drew doing? What do we do with this guy?"
I still think though he's locked down. Like I don't think that they're letting anybody really be up in the air. They'll let people talk about it, but there's no one that's really. There's not going to be a lot of free agents that hit the open market from WWE, I feel, unless they want them to.
I don't see Drew going anywhere at all. No.
Right.
So the Miz was trying. Truth was trying to call the Miz. Oh, pardon me.
No Wi-Fi.
So here we go. Here we go. Who are you taking? Truth or JD?
Truth or Funko?
Truth or Funko?
The truth shall set you free.
JD needs to be unleashed. He was amazing NXT. Let him cook. Yeah, but he's just a little guy. He's like, I mean, what are we going to do with JD? Push him up the ranks? I don't know, man. Again, I think I've had this argument before of he good, but he's a mid-card guy.
It comes down to the presentation because you could say, though, that if you switch it out with Carmelo Hayes, they're both probably same size, both athletic guys, both sat there and cooked at NXT and everything like that. So realistically, they should be on the same level. But I think Carmelo's going to cook because let me finish. But I think Carmelo's going to cook and everything and is going to get pushed because he's got that certain it factor about him.
Yeah, that's it. That's the difference is the it factor. JD doesn't have what, like, I don't even, Carmelo feels different than JD McDonagh. Now, JD McDonagh is a great wrestler, and he's new here. So, yeah, I mean, again, at some point, but I don't know how far he goes.
Ooh.
Oh, Truth at Mania. Let's go. Let's go. Shit.
I like how they're pointing out how Truth paid homage to John Cena there with that move of shout out our buddy Cole as we're going into commercial break of out here hitting the 5 moves of doom from John Cena.
Right? His favorite wrestler growing up.
Right.
R-Truth desperately needs Valentine, but he'll get his secret admirer confused with someone else. Okay. Keep smoking, buddy.
Are you just mad because Truth didn't answer you back? Is that what you're trying to say? Dear Rod, I keep writing you, but you still ain't calling.
Right. My 2 Amish brother. Huh? What?
Now, see, we couldn't be Amish because we have electricity going and everything like that. Now, see, if you would have said Mennonite, then we could have at least had electricity.
Been spending most of my life living in an Amish paradise. JD McDonagh is this generation's Chris Benoit.
Oh, no,
Pony. You need to slow that one down.
I'm not going to get into my whole Chris Benoit diatribe.
Regardless, I mean, it's not a JD's not.
Oh, no, that's a terrible comparable. Yeah.
Yeah. How about a Heritage Cup for the women? A mid-card. Oh, fuck. Stop giving out trophies and titles, fuckers.
Well, Tony Khan does it, so why can't we do it? But no,
Now,
how do you feel about the alleged quote unquote women's intercontinental, international, domesticated, fornicated championship in a ladder match, basically a women's mid-card title gonna debut at WrestleMania?
Listen, the idea that they might do this, I like in the sense of if you look at all the ladies that will not be at Mania because of limited spots, it works for me. Yeah, I think if you can get 5-6 women in a really cool ladder match for an IC title, the WWE can use it because of the depth that they have right now. I'm fine with it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, when you have talent like a Natalia, a Naomi, etc., Jade Cargill, even. Hey, well, we're not going to instantly put the main card title on her, so we'll put a mid card title on her here. So you're making a runway for a lot of your upper talent that's not going to be in your world title picture.
Yeah, because I mean, in the past, the dilemma has become for like the Sashas and the Naomis and such, even Bailey, is if you do not have a title shot, you're going after the women's tag team titles, and that doesn't feel the same.
Well, and even till if you go a little bit past that, you weren't having even the women's tag titles. You were just there out in the abyss. You were just going to be in a multi-person tag match at the kickoff of WrestleMania.
Yeah. No, I agree. So I'm okay with it. It's not a bad idea. I know people have talked about the AEW doing it. AEW has too many belts, and their women's division is not deep enough for another belt.
AEW has three women's championships. I don't know if you count the T-Best title as a regular main championship or secondary championship or anything, but they all feel mid-card, mid-level as it is.
Yeah. No, it definitely does. So I don't know. JD McRib, let's go.
Well, fitting that we've got him out here wrestling when I got a notification that the Shamrock Shake is back at McDonald's. # not sponsored here. We were out here saluting Pizza Hut last night with the Super Bowl. So again, # not sponsored.
There you go. JD McFathead, JD McFly.
And to think that like R-Truth is old enough to where JD could be like his kid's age. Like he could be his dad.
Right? JD is more like
I'm Knuckle Shuffle. Oh, are we going to attitude adjustment?
Kick out. I want to see Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day in a ladder match. Why a ladder match, though? I guess. I mean, because of Truth's history with ladder matches or being not.
Yeah. Where's the connection there? Is there... Have we gotten to the point to where like a WrestleMania doesn't feel like a WrestleMania unless we have some sort of a ladder match, a gimmick match?
Right? And there goes R-Truth, put down by JD.
With the quote-unquote devil inside. I think Slipknot might send a cease and desist order on that.
JD is 33. Holy shit. That's still... Nick's premise is still accurate. Could definitely be
yeah, my guy. I'm older than JD, and R-Truth could still be my dad.
Right? 4-0, 3-1, 3-1. Dumb match. It was what it was. It's an angle match, guys. Wasn't a great match, but it's an angle
now
match.
You've got everybody booing us. They're all looking at R-Truth and like, so what do we do with him? And so the entire Judgment Day now trying to go at R-Truth. But again, does Damon go at him, or do we start to tease
right here?
My friend. He becomes, this is Jey Uso and Sami Zayn all over again.
Oh, there you go. Big right hand, Damien on Truth. Truth goes down. Where's British Strong Style?
On SmackDown.
And the Miz not answering the call.
Yeah, where?
Oh, DIY!
I don't like this. Of all the teams, you mentioned them. If you're gonna have them do it, have it be British Strong Style. Have somebody that's involved in the fucking feud, not the guys who just lost it.
They got DIY chance. Ooh. Interesting.
It's a little bit when you miss the JR calls of like, we're witnessing a mugging right now, folks.
Right? Those are the weakest kicks I've ever seen. 4-0 JD wins. Yes, Christian. No, I don't like Gargano and Ciampa. They have definitely struggled. Definitely struggled.
Freebird, I asked the question, what do you like?
Yeah.
Because I'm struggling to find it. We're hugging it out right now with Sammy and Cody, though.
I don't know. There's something fishy going on with Sammy. I don't know what's happening with Sammy.
Are you saying that because he's Prince Canadian and everything? Do you have some beef with Quebec and everything? Of like, he's fishy. He's sus.
You got to be careful with the French. I don't know. There's just something that I don't know. Are we potentially on the verge of a Sammy heel turn? Coming soon. Why?
I really question why you think that, because to me, we were there and we've gone so far away from there, and it's been such a good reaction. Why would we even attempt to go back there?
He keeps losing. The weird interactions with guys like Cody, like that one just there. The interview we did last week about like, I'm not just a fan favorite, I'm a contender. Like it's almost feeling like he's getting close to this I matter and I'm gonna make you look at me vibe. Like I'm just following what they're doing, and I don't know. I'm just guessing here. This is just what I'm feeling, but I got something in my gut telling me that I'm curious what they're doing with Sammy here.
See, right there with what you said of the I matter and everything like that, I think that's what we're gonna get from Sammy, but it's not gonna be a heel turn. I think he has the potential to show up and show out, because that's what the show is about.
Maybe.
And everything, and put that focus back on him, of have that big baby face reaction of, say,
maybe
Drew wins the title off of Seth at Mania, and then the next feud going in is Sammy versus Drew, and we go straight to Sammy gets his big hero moment. And especially we're doing international shows. Could you imagine a show we go back to Montreal and Sammy goes over Drew?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Just a weird feeling I got. We'll see.
You just don't trust other Canadians.
Yeah, I guess.
I understand that as Americans. I don't trust other Americans. You don't just trust other Canadians.
It was a weird interaction. Like it just, I don't know. I'm curious what Sammy does here because he's lost a lot and his demeanor is changing. I'm curious. I could be way wrong.
Well, and even then, when you have awkward interactions with baby faces and everything like that, you kind of start to put the feelers out there of maybe he's just going to end up being an asshole here. Juan saying, have y'all seen Ruka's finisher? Yes, it's been a minute since we've seen it because she's been on the sidelines, but yeah, y'all just, I guess, catching up with that. Well, because I saw people saying, Randy Orton, you have 48 hours to respond because it's so much close to like the RKO and everything, which is close to the diamond cutter.
Yeah, I mean, it's athletic, it's crazy. Again, it's one of those ones of like, make everybody kind of come with you. So
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I struggle. Like we just said with like Liv's finisher of like the person has to be in the perfect spot to hit the finisher. That's just me being a little picky. It's crazy, insane.
Well, it's still not as bad as Grayson Wallace finisher. His or also kind of Gacy's a little bit of to where you gotta like roll out and you gotta hit this whole running set. You gotta hit a whole fucking floor routine before you can finish off your finisher. And
and again,
you're doing too much, dog.
Yeah, and you think like even if you were kind of stunned in a fight, like what is this Mortal Kombat of like finish him, and they're like, oh fuck,
fatality.
Like if someone's doing a cartwheel towards me, I'm kicking them.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Right? Fucking dork. Get out of here.
But we are on commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, as we head into the third hour. Been cooking. I've enjoyed tonight. I really have.
Right. Despite us arguing, I have actually enjoyed tonight.
I wasn't sure how you felt about it.
No, I do like it. I guess I'm a prick sometimes here. KJ's taking a pause right now. As yes, we are live from the University of Kentucky. 72 likes. Can we massage that like? I should have read that the full way there, small mark. Yeah, not gonna lie, you had me in the first half. But yeah, I guess like small mark was trying to say, like Deshaun Watson, massage that algorithm here. As I like this, and I noticed this during the Super Bowl and the hype up to it and everything of how the WWE gold title that they gave to Snoop Dogg was just getting passed around, much like, certain blunts in rotation here from Snoop Dogg, to where you had it on any and every celebrity. I feel like that was at the Super Bowl. As I've got Becky Lynch coming out right now here. And honestly, yeah. Side note, if I'm going to get a WWE replica belt or anything, I'm getting that gold championship. Snoop Dogg, I'm coming for that belt. And Johnson, let me catch my breath here before I try and read this one here. They are foreshadowing that Cody is going to need a team behind him to beat Roman. Excuse me. He's got Seth behind him. I can see Sammy coming out to help neutralize the bloodline at WrestleMania. I've thrown out the idea, and I understand that he is injured and this, that, and the third. But we don't know currently his contract situation, and he is allegedly a free agent on the market. What if we get, we're going to get somebody that's Cody's best friend that really has Cody's best interest and is, like I said, a free agent, allegedly. If we get MJF that comes out there, be very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Be very interesting. As we're kicking off the top of the 10 o'clock hour here with Becky Lynch looking like the one or two female characters that you can get in, Skate 3 here. Or maybe Tony Hawk's Underground. Am I the only one that just personally finds it interesting seeing an Irish accent call out Kentucky? Just, I guess, being an American and knowing what Kentucky is. But so Becky out here cutting a promo, and I think this is fully setting up for her versus Rhea at WrestleMania. I think it is the best match you can make. I think it's the clear-cut favorite for it. And it's your biggest draw. Respect to Liv, respect to this, that, and the third here. But out of women's matches, especially when it comes to the Raw roster and who's healthy and who's going right now, these two is your biggest eye catcher. Bash 8 saying, could you see Arn Anderson helping out Cody? Black is a drive-by here with Glock Anderson? Is that what we're predicting? No, but that would be interesting. I would really honestly like that, especially at WrestleMania 40, because that's going to be the real interesting thing. This fan base is one of them fan bases that you have to incorporate, that they will want to be part of the show. So having them involved, and you bring out a guy like Arn Anderson who's he's not with AEW, he's a free agent. It's not a bad shot at all. Wow, what I've been tired of seeing this damn dope way. Lady B, finally, Avril Lavigne has come to Kentucky. She was a skater boy. He said, see you later, boy. I thought it. I'm glad you said it out loud. Yeah. The other. What? Cody said The Rock started Cody Crybabies, but I'm pretty sure I saw some fans doing that before. Well, no, they were just called Crying. That's what it is. We did have an out and outright marketing name for them before. They were just Crying beforehand. Corey saying, why, Paul? Not enough backflip dives or big announcements for you. Why are we going at? What did Paul say down here? I'm all thrown off. Oh, Raw's been boring as hell, falling asleep. We don't need to go fully into the, it doesn't have enough cardio, enough flip-de-doos here. I think it's been a good Monday Night Raw. I don't know if it's a victim of we've had so many things that have been set up to be huge announcements and big, we're expecting groundbreaking news at every moment, that when we have a show that doesn't have that, but it's still just a good show, that it somehow feels less than. That could be it, because Cody comes out and it's not groundbreaking news. There's nothing that's, super trending on social media or anything like that. No sound bites coming out here, but it's still been a good show. It really has been one of the better Monday Night Raws lately. And Monday Night Raw, especially for its 3-hour monstrosity that it has to deal with, is getting better and better at managing and adjusting to that. As Becky saying, Rhea's not taking on anybody quite like me. I think it is really going to be, that to me is the match upon matches to make. If you got the man versus the mommy. I know it sounds like a, divorce court hearing here. But so Becky doing a toast with lemonade. Shout out, I guess, Beyonce out here doing toast with lemonade. But so I guess, yeah, if you're out here watching it with us, raise your glasses. Make sure you raise your mouse button and hit that like, share, and subscribe button here. Be a friend, tell a friend. Spread our link out there like that Samoan bloodline tree there. So, toast to Rhea from Becky, and out comes Nia Jax now here. What is with the green, gold, and black combination happening here lately in WWE? Did WWE just find out about fucking Power Rangers here? Oh no, literally the shit changed on a different light. As now it's just pure gold here. But I was about to say, is everyone out here just trying to be the Green Power Ranger? But I've been a fan of what Nia has done since she's been back in WWE. I think she's really put a focus on her in-ring work and put a focus on her character and all that, and really, hit that next level from where she was before, as now she's getting Dom heat out here a bit with everybody just booing her. And now out here saying, if my mom was half the mother that you are, full Sid Vicious self, I have half the brain that you do, Hogan. It's so funny with this. If you have Nia just tearing up of, I just hope to be the example that you are. And then you have Becky with just literally, it could be still frame of like, oh, Mr. Simpson, don't come attack me here. And it's just Becky just confused face. Crocodile tears. Yes. Inner Mark Henry. Yeah. She's not wearing the salmon suit though. There might be salmon around there, but she's not wearing the salmon suit. Nia has earned a lot of respect for me with this run. There you go. Shout out, Chris. She really trying to get over Lemonade. Well, Beyonce did it first. Oh, shit, I forgot that she did that actually before. God damn, I like that, Paul. Good shout out. You get a star. Oh, as now we're getting Rhea and the biggest pop of the evening, especially for the women, is Rhea coming out here just looking like a fucking badass, stomping mud holes and walking them dry here. Instantly going right at Nia. The Eradicator. I hate that goddamn name. That sounds like your local fucking pest control here. That's my name is Mr. Puff. Oh, Nia squashes both men, but Becky spilt the lemonade. Rhea's out here distracted. She got citrus in the eye. Eats her right hand. Becky coming off the top rope here. Triple threat. Nah. To quote the great Master P, nah. I think we're setting up here for a one-on-one match, and then another one-on-one match here as we're getting down to the square down here. The face-off between Becky and Rhea, and Becky looks like she's about to attack, or Rhea looks like she's about to attack Becky, and then dumps out, gives the big boot to Nia. Yeah, so we're getting one-on-one to a one-on-one here. Nah. A week from Saturday, folks, we will be here live and in full effect right at the top of the morning here at the ass crack of dawn at 4 o'clock Eastern time, watching Elimination Chamber here as we've got Rhea Ripley taking on Nia Jax. I've got Drew McIntyre backstage with Jackie Redmond. The height difference here, Christ almighty, it looks like if a fucking, a hobbit was interviewing a normal person here. Drew's hair, though, a little with the pompadour here is getting a little too obviously, I feel, but anyways. Drew out here calling everybody selfish. Ripley ain't pinned nobody but jobbers, but she dominant. And they let Nia go too long. A little bit. Here we go again. Rhea Nia Jax. Well, that is the match that's happening at the pay-per-view. So you would kind of want to build that up just a wee bit, just a little bit. Just saying. I love Drew's shirt. Becky out here looking like Kill Bill. A little bit. Yeah, T's and P's to Becky's lemonade there. Hobby, why? She not like Mouse? Yeah. Matt. I like that. So Roman Reigns and The Rock return. This Friday, we will be here live for Friday Night SmackDown, and we've got the return of, I guess, the tribal chief and the high chief here showed up on Friday Night SmackDown. And next week, we've got Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. Strap on and strap in.
Next week, setting up pretty, my friend.
Right. Well,
I believe we're getting Jay Gunther next week as well.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what they can pull out there. Yeah. Because I've got LA Knight coming out right now. Wow.
LA Knight. Let's go. Let's go. Up next, folks. Should be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drew does sound like a bit of Frodo.
That's just because he's Scottish.
Poor bastard. I like what he's doing. I like what he's doing. What's up, Sue? How you doing? Feeling a little Yiddish. I got LA Knight going to the chamber.
A little Yiddish.
Yeah, a little Yiddish.
I'm coming down with a little bit of a yeet.
Who do you got?
He be with you and also with you. Nobody patria fili spiritus ante.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
LA for the win. LA for the win. LA for the win. I want Ivar. Really? We got an Ivar fan. I like it.
What's wrong with you?
Poor Larry.
No, Larry, explain. What the fuck is wrong with you?
LA for the win. Is anybody taking Ivar? Is there any type of screw job coming?
You know what? Shit. I'm going to say this. I almost feel like Ivar is going to win because of one, AJ Styles and cause the interference. How LA caused the interference and cost AJ Styles. So I think we're setting up that feud there. So I think that's where we go of Ivar and his fucking, pigeon crown. Everything fucking picks up the win here. Valkyria with her unshaven legs or shaven legs, whichever tickles Vince Russo's fancy here. They pick up the win.
All right. Very intriguing. That would be huge. But again, quite possible.
Weapons of mass distraction. I'm just funny with everything of like, I just popped right there. Again, quite possible of could be entirely wrong, but again, quite possible of just that's how everything right now is with WWE. Could not happen at all, but also could possibly happen.
Listen, for people that keep for people that are stuck in the past and they really like WWE's too predictable. Man, we got a lot of questions that we need answered. Like we're guessing at a lot of this shit right now.
And even when you think it's predictable, is the minute they pull the rug out from under you and go an entirely different way.
I would agree with that, Mike.
That's the whole. To me, again, going back to everything, that's the whole reason we got the hashtag. We want Cody's whatever. We went this whole angle that we've got now is because initially it was predictable. And then they pull the rug out on you, and everybody got their panties in a twist.
I love these new graphics. Listen, WWE visually is doing extremely well right now. The new look, new vibe to everything. It's really working.
Right.
Oh man, LA getting that weightlifter's bubble gut.
Oh no, he's not getting that roid belly.
The roid belly. I'm going with LA Knight so far. I've been lucky tonight. Look, be a lady tonight.
Well, I think with Christian, it's more of hindsight. Be a lady tonight.
Right. I got Knight winning the chamber. See, I like that. I said that earlier, my man. I said.
So you have Knight versus Seth?
Yeah, screw it.
Oh, so who wins?
LA Knight.
So LA Knight becomes your world champ, and then
Yeah.
Roman Reigns is your WWE champ.
Yep, why not?
Bold strategy. I don't hate it, but it's bold strategy, Cotton.
In a very congested SmackDown, like you talked about earlier, LA Knight coming over to Raw and being the champion on Raw adds another element to Raw, especially if Seth won't be available for a little bit after Mania.
The more I hear it, the more I don't hate it, because you let it breathe. You give him that ample opportunity, especially 3 hours, to cut some promos and, hey, dummy, yeah, and actually get into that kind of attitude era vibes of being anti-authority, sit there and talk smack, all of that. So the more I hear it, the more I don't hate it.
Right? Have an angry Jew chasing around LA Knight calling him a dummy.
What? Well, no, I misheard a word there. So, okay.
An angry Drew.
There we go. I misheard a word. So I was like, wait, what?
I was like,
hey,
what
have been running around? What?
Yeah, I was like, what? Oh, that's what I said. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't want to talk.
Drew. Yeah, no, that's funny as hell. Ivar sounds like IKEA furniture.
Well, yeah, he's just missing a few screws.
I'm surprised Bronson Reed didn't qualify being in Australia. I'm a little surprised that Bronson didn't get in. I am. I like Bronson a lot.
I still think we'll have this with both chamber matches, is that multi-person match of everybody who was in the qualifier that didn't qualify. That's your last chance match, and that might be where somebody like a Bronson, etc., sneaks in, like somebody like a Zoey Stark sneaks in.
Yeah, okay. I like that. I could see that being the case for sure. Though I think the men's has already given us all their guys.
What?
I think that we already have the list. Like, I don't think there's room for that.
Listen, I take umbrage with that because of the whole announcement fucking visual and everything. I do not fully recognize this men's elimination chamber.
Right. What are the chances do we get Cody versus The Rock at Mania? Slim and none.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, I know. Nick is finishing LA Knight story.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who? Is that Tom or Nick Mysterio? Which one?
Sheamus returns to screw McIntyre. Drew versus Sheamus at Mania. Could be a thing.
I could almost see more Sheamus shows up with Bate and Dunn, and that's the new kind of Brawling Brutes-ish there, the British Strong style. And you could have, a tag team on tag team match, and then somebody on the outside between those two teams there.
Yeah.
When they take on the Judgment Day, sorry.
Mm-hmm. But the crowd's live. We're getting a bunch of yeahs. Yeah.
DDT.
Do you think Batista and Bray Wyatt should co-headline this year's Hall of Fame? Yes, I think there would be two of the names that I would put in for sure.
One should headline, the other should probably be in, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, it's so, like I said, it's so weird when it comes to, respectfully, even a situation like Bray Wyatt. It's the same thing we had with Brody Lee. When it's something that's so emotionally tied in, you almost feel like everything else just doesn't hold water to it. So it's that weird, does it deserve to go in completely separate to everything, or should we include other things around it to highlight it? It's that the emotion gets really weird and funky with that.
Yeah, for sure. And I do think, and I'm big splash. LA getting popped against the barricade.
Wow.
I like Ivar's recent work, but I think he needs to drop the Viking gimmick. I don't mind him being a Viking. I don't need it to be a cartoony Viking.
He-Man.
Right? Like, I don't need the shields and the toys. Just let him be him. Like, let him be a badass. He's a big dude, who has a lot of athletic upside, and very surprising for a man of his size.
Well, so then how do you feel about Valhalla? Not the place, the wrestler.
The wrestler? Yeah, Mrs. Sarah Logan. I mean, I think she's become more of the gimmick opposed to an athlete. Like, she doesn't really get in there. Like, if she was like wrecking people and getting in matches and destroying people, then it would give her a little more validity to be Valhalla. But she's just,
Ball bearer.
Yeah, she's just kind of a fucking, she's a manager. She's I almost said escort, but you know what I mean.
Well, did they have escorts in the Viking Age, or were they called something else?
Freebird, go to bed. This Raw's been predictable. Get out of here.
Your comments have been predictable.
Right. This WWE presentation and storytelling has been outstanding since Kevin Dunn has left the company. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Well, he only had a hand in the presentation, not the storytelling. So,
yeah. And the presentation's been unbelievable. The new graphics, the new look, the new camera angles, not the cut shots. There's been a lot of upside here.
I like again, though, let's not be forgettable that there was a good chunk there to where, especially how much we watch it, to where we called it out, and there would be times where Kevin Dunn's probably just chuckling to himself at home. If they did that, you idiots. But now they've really tweaked it down to where we're getting like over the turnbuckle shots. We're getting those constant like NBA live shots to where they're showing wrestlers show up to the arena and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that vibe, like that UFC pro sports vibe of people showing up, the almost like the NFL on Fox vibes of like the graphics when they're showing you the offensive line or the defensive team. Like I really like how they're doing that with the pro, like going to commercials and shit. I think it's a really good vibe.
Well, and is it interesting to you that a lot of people with them shifting away from Kevin Dunn were thrown off of you're shifting to a guy who's never done pro wrestling stuff or anything, versus now with this guy who's straight from ESPN to my knowledge and everything.
Yeah.
Has that whole, he covers professional sports versus it's an entertainment. It's more daytime television. It's more days of our turnbuckles when it comes to pro wrestling under Kevin Dunn.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is getting that actual sports presentation. It's getting treated much more like a sport.
Yeah. I completely concur with that. Like, I think it's well done, well placed. And I'm enjoying it. I really think it's done well right now. I'm liking the build of Rhea Ripley and Nia Jackson. I'm liking it too. Somebody else I thought earlier said like Nia's irrelevant or something akin to that. But I think Nia's getting a shit ton of heat from the audience. And I think she's a great challenger for this title. And it'll be a big win for her, for Ripley at Chamber. Somebody that you believe can actually beat her.
Sorry, ooh. LA go 1, 2 count. Matt Skizzy, one thing you can factually say about LA Knight is he's not like most girls.
Facts.
I'm too alpha. Well, that's already a good sign for a username.
This is gonna go well.
This is gonna go well. To me, it seems that Graybeard, you mean Kevin Owens over there, can handle the WWE feedback because he are Mark. Well, you fail English, that's impossible. He only craps on AW. I have noticed that. Kent.
That's completely not true. Completely not true. So and when AEW takes their hits because they're pulling in water real quick. And again, if you have that opinion, I think you only pop in once in a while. And based on not seeing your name very often, I'd go with that. So
English,
calls your bullshit, and you can go through all this stuff I do criticize. But if they're cooking, and that's the way it is.
Man's been showing up to that restaurant every Wednesday, and the fucking lights have been turned off and the ovens are cold.
Right.
Ain't nobody cooking in that bitch nowhere.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Make shit up? Like, fuck, I'm sorry. And when they do something shitty, I'm right here going, what the fuck? It is
Right.
what it is, man. But hey, the AW faithful tend to get pouty. What can I do about it? Thank you. Thank you, C Money, an actual fan of the show.
We just need like the big cap like emoji now of just cap or no cap instead of yeet or no yeet.
2. Decent match rolling along here.
Now, could you potentially not be pushing LA Knight that much because he does the Rock's gimmick and the Rock's getting heat right now?
Maybe, right? This is the
You're
Rock,
just the Rock Light, so
right?
well, Budweiser's not selling that great, so we're not going to push Bud Light either right now.
Oh, going for his trauma. Eats a kick though.
Oh, I have Valhalla there, the fucking Sam Squanch showing up. Oh, spinning back kick.
Oh, Valhalla thinks it landed, but it didn't. BFT, goodbye, Ivar. And they go into the chamber. Let's go.
Oh. 1, 2, 3.
You expect wrong, Mr. Martinez.
Well, he's a big guy to do a lot of heavy spots. Well, I see Drew McIntyre. I see Bobby Lashley. Do you need bigger? I see there's no pleasing you.
We want bigger.
Bigger, they meant bigger beefy boys. We want more beef.
5-0, 4-1. Blunt force trauma. That's look what a star-studded fucking event this is going to be. Like this match alone, LA Knight, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre.
And the thing, we were worried going into the Rumble and this, that, and the third, and especially the WrestleMania press conference that we weren't going to have a men's chamber match. And now we've got the star-studded attraction here.
Yeah, it looks like it's stacked. Like it's ridiculous. What if we get The Rock and Roman versus Cody and Stone Cold? There you go. Let's go. What?
just put all the legends all in a blender and just see what happens.
See, there's something about Sammy.
You just hate French Canadians. Just come out and say it. You just hate French Canadians. As an Ontarian. Is that even a word that I just said?
I don't know what the fuck you said.
I was trying to call you what's to say you're like from Ontario, like New Yorker, New Hampshire, like is it Ontarian? Like what is the definition?
Ontarian, I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have province call outs or is it all just city call outs?
We have it. Again, we're a humble people, so always necessary. But Ontarian, I guess.
I don't know. I'm American, so I'm like, why don't you brag about your shit? Brag about your shit,
right? Trontonian.
Torontonian.
I love this. There you go, Matt Skizzy. Ontario maniac, brother.
What's he gonna do, brother, when Ontario runs wild on you?
Wrestling is predictable. Wrestling is supposed to be predictable. Did y'all show up on Saturday mornings back in the day and get shocked when the Brooklyn Brawler lost again? Like, come on, get your heads out of your asses. What is supposed to happen? I get it. Mark booking has changed the game a little bit, but even in that show, we talked about AEW last week being very predictable. What happened on Collision? That was, I didn't see that win coming. Nothing.
Everything's predictable. What happened during the Super Bowl that you're like, oh my God, the Kansas City Chiefs didn't win.
That scripted shit.
Crying. Oh my God.
Right? I mean, again, it's about the story. It's about the storytelling.
Right. Yeah,
right? Like it's how you get there. And every once in a while, a swerve and a surprise makes sense. But if you keep swerving and surprising everybody, then people get upset. And it gets
has that been the issue with AEW? They're too much swerving when they're driving. They just can't drive a straight line anymore. They just swerve.
right. So, yeah. You're not wrong, my friend. You're not wrong. I think he meant rounder. That's exactly what my thought was, Larry. He didn't mean bigger. He meant rounder.
Rounder. I'm in shape. Round is a shape.
Round the shape. Thank you so much, Dave. We appreciate the love. We appreciate that. We really do. And again, we take some heat, but that's all right. I like the heat.
Yeah, we're like Gordon Ramsay out here. We stay in the kitchen. Stay with that heat.
I like cooking, so let's bring it. Let's go. Let's go.
It's raw. Sometimes you get called an idiot sandwich, but you can have that.
God bless LA Knight's health. That's deep, man.
And I'm like, I didn't know we needed to go out here with this.
Right. What if Sammy turns again and joins Bloodline at Mania? I saw the laughing emoji because I was like, wait, what a tick.
Right. No.
I like this one.
No.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm just getting this odd vibe from Sammy, and I could be completely wrong. But just stay tuned. That's why we do what we do.
Right.
Stay
well,
tuned.
I'm gonna let you stay tuned.
The man cut himself off. I like it. All right, folks. We are in a commercial break. We still got Shinsuke to take on Sammy coming up. Looking forward to this one. And this comment I wanted to click on because I like it. KJ, Big Nick, the issue they have is besides the 850K, nobody else is tuning in. Last time it was over 900K was about 5 months ago. 1 million was a year ago. Getting attention as possible. So, yes, the sentiment of my friend who wanted to point out that this gray beard didn't exactly have a lot of good to say about AEW. I'm just being honest about AEW right now. And I believe the rating on Wednesday was 808,000. That is terrible for all these superstars that you guys were rolling out. And as much as AEW marks, or skid marks as I like to call them, want you to believe, like in TK, the best show ever. Well, less and less and less people feel like I do. Whether you guys want to agree with me or not, I don't expect you to. If you want to wave the flag, and that's great. If you're a big fan, great. I'm a fan from day one, and I appreciate guys like C Money pointing out that when the WWE fucks up, I'm the first one to go, oh, I don't like that. But I like more of what WWE is giving me right now than AEW. I think AEW started off 2024 slow. I think it's been clunky. I think there's a lack of story. I think there's a lack of interest, and their ticket sales, their ratings, all of it will support my opinion, right? I'm seeing it. I'm seeing exactly what you're saying. Less and less people are interested in the company, and that's bad. I want it to correct. I want it to get better. I said last Wednesday, I can't wait. Every Wednesday I show up here excited. Folks, this is going to be a good one. Is it a good one? I don't know until it happens, but it hasn't been well in the beginning of 2024. Right now, one company's cooking at another level. Fuck, they got more people to show up for a press conference than Tony is getting to show up for fucking Dynamite. Again, I'm sorry. If the facts make you think I'm lopsided, that's maybe the weird way to put it. But lopsided in my opinion, I guess. Yeah, I mean, so be it. But at the end of the day, man, I call it the way it is. When AEW was cooking, go back through our archives. Constantly, AEW, go AEW. And then it fell off. But there's some people out there that don't want to hear the truth, don't want to hear what's really happening. As we are back from commercial, I got Indy. I got Miss Gargano. I got Adam Pearson. I got Chelsea Green. Y'all are truly the best. Another great show. I think I've clicked on that 3 times just because it's nice to read. 10 out of 10. Yeah, NXT will be tomorrow. The streams will be coming up, folks. But yeah, we're back at it all week long. We don't stop. And we got Wrestling Revolver this week, which I'm super excited for. So far on Dynamite's card, I'm not looking forward to it at all. Oh, well, fuck. Not even the Hopium leader. No lamb sauce. It sucks. Where are the scallops? Where are the scallops? Chelsea wants a one-on-one. No battle royal. I mean, who sees a movie from M. Night no longer has impact with all the twists? Oh, Baszler and Zoey are in the building. Oh, my stories. Let's get into me stories. See what this brings. Sammy in cahoots with Heyman all along. Sure, I buy that thought. No, I don't think that. I don't know. I'm wondering if Sammy gets frustrated with his circumstance. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. Your credibility went out the window. I don't know. The numbers say otherwise, my guy. Our credibility seems to be going up all day long. You were a WWE mark riding. Okay. Again, my point exactly. Can't handle the truth. I come with analytics. I come with numbers. I come with facts. But yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. All right, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. Watches every single show, as do a lot of us in this chat, and he's just honest, an honest voice. You can like it or not, but it's here every week, and KJ is ever optimistic about AEW, and it's hard. Yeah, fact. That's why I don't let the crybabies bother me, you guys. We take heat like this all the time. We take it online. We take it on social. You don't like my favorite wrestlers. Oh, well, fuck. What do you want from me? AEW's been shit for weeks, and I will not praise them when they're not doing anything proper. I've always been a huge AEW supporter, but we need to be real here. WWE isn't perfect, but superior storytelling to AEW. And that's what's happening right now is I'll admit it. I'm liking AEW. I'm liking WWE programming a lot right now. Is it perfect? No. I had to put up with a Maxine Dupree Rhea Ripley match a couple weeks ago. I had to put up with R-Truth fucking up a main event, which was garbage. That shit happened. And when it was here, I didn't go, oh my God, that was wonderful. AEW fans, like Tony Khan, no matter what happens on the show, right? Like fucking one of the wrestlers can come out and shit in the middle of the ring. Best show ever. Yeah, no, I'm not like that. And it won't be like that. Only one green woman. And yeah, let's minimize how many rookies or greenish woman. Let's get Chelsea Green in there. I'm okay with that. But here comes Sami Zayn, ladies and gentlemen. Who are you taking in the main event? Who do you got? Because he's barely anything to say. Alpha WWE has been killing it. This is why I love this chat. This is why I love the peeps, because it doesn't matter what I say. I got people like these guys that I appreciate the love, guys. I really do. Not much to complain about. AEW is a dumpster fire, and if you can't see that, it is what it is. Again, teach their own. Teach their own. Some people think it's entertaining to sit there and play with their belly button lint. I'm just not one of them. Even though, teach their own. All my children. Days of Our Lives. Let's go. General Hospital. Now I'm going to be called the fucking. You're favoring. Last Chance Battle Royal. Interesting. I guess Jade ain't in the chamber. So Nick was right. They are putting the ladies in a battle royale to find out who will take that last spot. They're not doing that with the men. They are doing it with the women. Who do you got? By the way, Shinsuke and Sammy in the main event tonight. I mean, should I say this main event sucks because it's not Ishii and Orange Cassidy? My bad. KJ calls it as it is. Yeah, that's it. KJ, if I'm TK bringing in Scott D'Amore, I would love for TK to bring in Scott D'Amore. I would. It would help. The problem is if you bring him in and don't listen to him, then he's worthless. He's a paperweight. Come on, says Nakamura. But yeah, I would love for Scott D'Amore to help AEW. Scott D'Amore would do great things. Now, if you ask an AEW fan, TNA is garbage. So I don't know what to tell you, but he could help. He could definitely help. I never noticed how big Indy is tall as shit. As Sammy ducking Nakamura, he's going to the floor. Setting him up. We're going to get a tope Sammy. No, I like that Sammy brought the springboard flip back into his repertoire. I really do. I really do. Bring back Teddy. Let's go. Holla, holla. I'm guessing Indy Hartwell gets in the last chance battle royal. Oh, I could see why you would think that, Richard. I do. I mean, I just want a little more love for my friend Chelsea Green. I would like to see her get in there. The Young and the Restless. There you go. KJ, I'm sorry about that mistype. I don't know what you mistyped, my guy. You don't need to be sorry. We try and make sense of all of it. Oh, TJ. There you go. KJ. There you go. There you go. I'm with you. Hey, listen, I don't need to go through the diatribe. Everyone's heard me say it a million times. If you're a fan of our streams, you know we've been down here from day one. I've watched more AEW wrestling than most people out there, even people that say they're diehard fans. AEW is the reason why I started doing this, and I won't be apologetic for being honest about what they've done to the product. I won't. They've hurt my feelings. Fuck them. No, I'm just kidding. Nakamura for the win. I like that. I like that. Sammy is one of my favorites. I love Sammy. I really do. Sammy is fighting Nakamura. When is the last time Naka won? It's been a hot minute since he's got a big W. I feel like he beat somebody, but now I can't remember. So you got a good point. And Sammy hasn't exactly been lighting it up. So it's highly intriguing how this is going to play out tonight. Literally all last week, I was shitting all over WWE for choices I wasn't a fan of. They have rebounded, though. We are not biased. We're just turn on what's working, and that's WWE. Listen, I'm just having trouble finding the flaws right now. I mean, again, I'm happier with the product I'm getting. With Sammy's internal struggles, this is a good chance for Shin to pick up a win that matters. See, Chris, I'm with you. And if Sammy loses again, what does this mean? I got this feeling that, I don't know, I just got this gut feeling that Sammy might be in a downward spiral. Maybe I'm wrong. Scott Demore did a wonderful job making TNA's story relevant. 100%, my friend. 100%. Shinsuke is wearing a Fashion Nova jumpsuit. It's one of his favorite things. Very Freddie Mercury-esque. Alpha, I'm not going to waste my fucking time with you anymore, man. If you don't like what I have to say, you can fuck right off. But we're trying to talk about some wrestling. So thank you. I had hopes for AEW. It started to fall off the time Cody. Yeah, once they lost Cody and Punk, it was a big hit. And again, Collision has been weak sauce. Rampage doesn't matter. Even the diehard AEW fans don't watch Rampage. We still do. And Punk's return to Survivor Series, big nail in the coffin. So we'll see. We'll see. I really hope with Mercedes signing, Okada signing, if they sign Giselle, if they sign Okada, I hope all these people come in, Ospreay. I hope all these people come in and reinvigorate AEW. I really do. And I'll be right here beating the drum and praising AEW all day fucking long. I won't stop. But again, I'm not the guy that sits on YouTube with an AEW hoodie and just praises it all day long, no matter what they do. I can't do it. Indy Hartwell is 5'9". There you go. There you go. I like me a tall lady. That's a nice touch. Only thing interesting on Dynamite this Wednesday is a segment between Joe, Swerve, and Strickland and Hangman. Yeah, and again, my honest opinion on that main event was I kind of want Joe to be taking on Swerve without Adam Page. Shinsuke, as we come back out of commercial break, Shinsuke setting up Sammy. Big knee to the guts. I'm pissed no wrestling journalists like Sean Ross Sappy will bring up the Rock fake charity with Oprah and Maui. That's bullshit. If you go check the facts, and again, that's a bit of an online narrative. The Rock's charity has done actually pretty good work there. I know him and Oprah fucked up, and I agree. Nothing I hate more than watching all these fucking rich people come and ask for money from us fucking regular folk. It's disgusting. But the Rock's charity has collected a good amount of money for the cause. The match with Sammy and Nakamura had in NXT sucked. Maybe. Wait a minute. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Now that I think about it. You're crazy. I suspect I Am Alpha picked the name because he knew he was coming here to troll. Yeah, I mean, again, usually if you put I Am Alpha in your fucking in your name, you're probably a fucking not an alpha. But hey, some people want to be lions. Some don't want to eat though. Nothing wrong with fake meat. There you go. What are the odds of that coming up? But right now, it's Sammy falling back into the corner. I'm 5'10", a 5'10", tallest woman I was with was 6'5". Holy fuck, that's a tree and then some to climb. I'm also 5'10", but yeah, nothing over 6 foot. WWE NXT is tomorrow and streaming tomorrow. Yes, it is, Richard. Stay tuned. It's coming. KJ, do you miss KO with Sammy? At times I do, because I felt like they have such a good rapport. And I think what I think chapped me a little bit was I thought with them being together, the payoff. Michinoku driver. I don't feel like we got the good payoff. Like I was really hoping that would kind of lead to a breakup between KO and Sammy, and maybe would lead to like a main event one-on-one kind of thing. But we didn't get that. I was a little disappointed. You listening? I was a little disappointed in the WWE. Nakamura for the win. Sammy will turn. I got that feeling. Am I like, maybe I'm crazy. I just feel like at some point he's going to get sick of losing. Nakamura for the win. Yeah, as long as the gloves stay above the waist, we don't block. We're not like other channels. I welcome all the heat. It doesn't make me fret at all. But if you're going to come to an argument, you better have some dice to roll. Vintage Sammy. Both men down. How you feeling about this main event? Probably. And he wouldn't dare come online with me. He doesn't have the balls to go toe-to-toe. Scott Tamora to WWE confirmed. Fake news. Again, would he help? After seeing the Mountain Dew Pasha Blast commercial with Jade, I'm thinking about giving it a try, especially 0-2 version. There you go. That's, again, when you talk about people trying to decide, do I sign with AEW? Do I sign with WWE? Jade's a perfect example. From what Tony Khan explained, he offered her more money. She went back to the WWE, came back to Tony and said, can I have more? He said, yes. And then she thought about it and chose the WWE. The WWE gives her better access to things. Like, would she be in a Mountain Dew commercial if she was still TBS champion? My argument is probably not. There you go. Yeah, come back on Wednesday and fight with me. And I'd love to have that argument about AEW while I'm watching AEW, and I can point out all the shit that apparently I'm missing praise for. Right? Let's be real. I'm here for it. I already got one in the refrigerator, Christian. People loving it. But we are on what I believe should be, I'm hoping, our last commercial break. KJ, can we do a WWE AEW poll? I'll be 100% honest with you, John, on this one. The reason I don't do like that type of poll is because it's unfair. And it's unfair to AEW, to be 100% honest. The WWE fan base is exponentially larger than the AEW fan base. And that's not bias. That is factual, right? 2.6 million people watched SmackDown. 1.8 watched Raw last week. That's just on, and people talk about, oh, everyone unplugging. All right, so what about the people that didn't watch on cable? What about the people that just watched at home? Doing that type of poll isn't fair to AEW. That's it. At the end of the day, I understand that AEW is growing. They got a growing fan base, but they stopped growing. They got stagnant. The spot booking, the bad decisions, the overusing. Again, if you continue to go for those big pops, the surprise pops, it will fade out with fans. And it looks like it has. Does that mean they can't correct? No, it doesn't mean that. But at the end of the day, whether WWE fans like it or not, the bigger company, the more profitable company, the biggest presence in the wrestling world is the WWE. Period. Yeah, the match in NXT had the crowd chanting "fight for it." Yeah, okay, thank you. For a second, I had to think about it. I can't wait for the showcase tomorrow to be revealed. Let's go, let's go. As we are back to the action, Shinsuke working Sammy in the corner. Sammy landed right on his tailbone. Oof. Shinsuke made no attempt at all to brace Sammy for the fall. Just whoop, there he goes. There he goes. Yeah, it's just not fair. Sammy versus Knock in the NXT is such a classic. Yeah, thank you for that. I predict sneakers, pizza. I don't know, just keep doing that. All right, back to the action. Back to the action. Alva drinks goat milk. There you go. Of course. Yeah. Jay Carhill, 5-star frog splash on the Mountain Dew. Yeah, there you go. You gotta love production value. But yeah, the match rolling on. Shinsuke setting him up. Sammy looking stunned. A little. Oh. Nakamura dodging it. Blue Thunder Bomb. 2 count as always. Alpha, you're about to see yourself out of the fucking chat, so thank you, sir. New Twister movie looked good. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Just wasting my time. Solid match. I'm enjoying it. Not bad so far. The Rock better not talk bad about Dusty in the South. There you go. There you go. Ric Flair and his wooings. Let's go. He taller than me. Fuck that shit. I have fun just scrapping in the fucking arguments. Sounds like fun times. What I love about this comment is it's always the person like the reverse, right? Like, oh, you're a female. Yeah, see, that's the alpha thing where you think you're a tough guy, and it really, unfortunately, that's what it boils down to. You can't argue with me. You can't come to me with facts. So you resort to this, and that's where you end up getting blocked and bumped out, because that's what it all boils down to is ballless men like yourself that just, oh, you're yeah, you really think I give a fuck about the silly comments? Just facts are the facts. Some people can't deal with it. Some people can't handle it. Some people fucking cry in their cereal. They don't like my favorite indie guy. Right. Yeah. Put your gut back in your t-shirt. Pat McAfee with the Super Bowl joke, of course. Back of the neck again. Is Shinsuke gonna win? Wow. Late kick out. Late kick out. That see money. That is beautiful. Let me click on that for you. Is that a new Raw barricade? I don't know. I love you guys. I really do. I appreciate it. Big clothesline by Sammy. Let's get back to some fun WWE talk. I'm done battling morons. Dun, dun, dun. Unbroken pause, LOL. Yeah, stay tuned on that for sure, Smile Mark. I think the guy has definitely a lot of potential to cross over for sure. Sammy getting pulled back. Exploder into the corner. Sammy setting it up. And Drew McIntyre coming out to play interference. See, Sammy's going to take an L. Wow, Nakamura with a drop kick to the knee. Rude. Dead. Wow. Interesting way to go off the air. What do you think? What do you think, folks? 6-0. You pick Shinsuke? Interesting. Shin needed the win. I agree with you. Shin definitely does. It continues the rivalry between Sammy and Drew. Again, stop me when. What should I criticize here? Right? The babyface didn't win. That's okay. 4-2. 4-2 is the Raw symbol around the ring new. I think it's the digital boards, Paul. But I noticed instead of using the white Raw logo, they're using a red one, and then there's a black Raw logo now. As Drew McIntyre stepping into the ring. Wait, Eric, I'm not there yet. Well, yeah, I could see why you got that one wrong. And again, if you've been following the story, Drew McIntyre ending this show the way he is, I'm good with this. I think Sammy keeps losing till WrestleMania, but how do we get... Here comes Cody! And Cody going to take on Drew next week, so there we go. We're not going to send the crowd home upset. We're going to give them something. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Up goes Cody. Down goes Cody. Cody Cutter! Crossroads. The only downfall I've been noticing is just too much out of the ring interference in order for the other to win. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's a modern wrestling issue, right? It's like, how do we get out of this situation? But Cody coming to save Sammy. And we're setting up Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre for next week. Woo! 7.75 out of 10. Let's go. The Rock running down Dusty and ATL is a career suicide. Anywhere is south, but especially Atlanta. There you go. Where our buddy Ringside Anthony might have an opinion there. 9 out of 10. All right, folks. We take a rating out of 10 on all the shows. How do you feel about Raw tonight? 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 6 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Cody like Austin in the 90s. Fair enough. Fair enough. 8, 7.75. So the fans in the chat are pretty content with this one tonight. And not to be a WWE mark, but I liked tonight's show. I thought it did well. I thought it was strong. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's cooking. No grade for me. I showed up late today. Marvin, that's respectable. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre next week. Yeah, and I believe we're getting Jay and Gunther. I believe we're getting we're getting the women's battle royal thingy. So a lot going on. 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10 says Dale. 10 out of 10. WWE NXT is next. Richard, you're giving me a migraine. 9 out of 10. WWE going to have Sammy and Cody second guessing themselves for 2 months. Maybe. Interesting. 8.5. I give it a 9. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes segment was great. Worst part of the show is Chelsea Green complaining like a baby about WrestleMania. She's supposed to complain like a baby. She's a pain in the ass. She's a Karen. What are you doing? 7.8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Solid show. 7.7. Are we getting Cody versus Seth versus Rock and Roman at Chamber? I don't know what we're doing here. Friday will be interesting. Do not miss Friday, folks. As always, we will be here live. I'm very curious at how they do this and what the response to tonight's promo between Seth and Cody is. I wonder how they're going to respond to it for sure. 7.7 rigged out of 10 Super Bowls. Facts. Awesome show. Thank you, Money. I'm taking that one. 0 to 10. No Trish, of course. How do you watch Dago and changed on cable? Is it on cable? My channel would switch to some UFC. So 8.5 out of 10. Good show. It's a great movie, but how do you put it on cable? Perfect ending. Made Cody look like $1 million. As always, it's working. I'm good with that. 3-1. Great show. Great Raw tonight. 7 out of 10. Friday is going to be fire. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Have Brandy come out and who said it was open mic night, bitch? Yeah, no. But MD, time to burn it down. All right, I'm going to say tonight was an 8. I'm going to give it an 8, 7.5, 8. But I'll round up on this one. I thought tonight was solid. I liked what we got. I thought we opened the show well with the 6-man tag. Built up Jey Uso versus Gunther. Built up a lot of angles here. So, yeah, no, I think it went well. And overall, I thought Sammy Nakamura, pretty good match. Again, didn't leave me leaping out of my seat. Kind of went down a little bit of a surprise, but I'm really curious how Sammy's story continues to go here. I got this weird feeling about Sammy, and I might be crazy, but definitely what I'm thinking. But, yeah, no, I don't get it, Boston, at all. But, ladies and gentlemen, I will remind everybody out there, great Raw tonight. Yeah, I agree with that. Good night, fellas. I think after 11, they can cuss. Yeah, well, that's a different level of cussing, my friend. Peace. The kiddos are in bed. Yeah, some of them. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We cover more live wrestling than everyone else. We are the only channel out there that will shoot it straight. We are the most unscripted, unbiased, unrivaled channel out there. Keep it coming. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Click all our links below. Me and my gray beard are going to bed. But thank you so much for being a part of us. And until we see you again, I'll see you on the flip side. Have a good night.